Christmas time is once a year. Every creature holds it dear. Every animal, big or small. Christmas means so much to us all.
Except the
It's
Jewish.
the year, it's Christmas time, and it happens once a year. Merry Christmas, everybody. We're back from our respective cases of food poisoning and illness.
Yeah, we have survived. It was rough out here.
Yeah, I don't need to know the details, but I'm sure it was rough for you.
I was so pale. I looked like the true Saint Nick. It was a bad time.
You were so pale, you looked like me.
Oh God. I think Key and Peele said something that I will
I'm gonna
never.
try.
White
What's
is
that?
Mitt Romney in a snowstorm. That's how pale I was.
True. Remember when Mitt Romney was like a guy we made jokes about?
You know, it was weird. Like it was a different time. We're like, oh yeah, check out this Mormon, eh? Ha! What a wacky individual.
So because
or numbers.
Because 2012 was the first election I was old enough to really pay close attention to, I developed like a seething, passionate hatred for Mitt Romney that has never abated.
I mean, I'm just kind of mid on the guy. What? Because he's an old white guy who has some weird ideas. Like it's a fucking politician. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, yeah, true. Really what it is that I fucking despise Republicans, and he was like the first Republican I was old enough to really be like, we're gonna fucking all die if this guy becomes president.
Hey, listen. Like at least they're not fascists. I'll take an old Republican who has certain capitalistic views any day over a new far right guy who just actually doesn't want me to be able to marry some people.
Well, Mitt Romney's beliefs are whatever is convenient for him in the moment, because when he was governor of Massachusetts, he was like moderate Mitt, and then when he ran for president, he was like super fucking far right.
I've never seen.
Also, shout out to my mom for buying me this hat.
That's a nice hat. Shout out to that hat.
Yeah. Speaking of my mom, I have this whiskey that everyone else in my family tried, and I'm about to try.
Let's see. It's one of those shows, folks. He's got
my ass. That was good. Fuck my ass. That was good.
I like how you had to say it twice. Like, all right.
Also, I have these, and I don't know what they are, but my mom said that they're the Christmas presents I have to open before Christmas. So I'm going to find out. It says, to my babu from Mamo, because she's adorable.
That's
all right. Let's find out what we got. Christmas ornaments of some kind. Let's find out what kind. Oh,
what do we got here? Little Mandalorians.
All right, let's see what the other one is. I'm betting it's another Star Wars thing, but I'll find out. It is also an ornament. Oh, it's another Mando and Grogu. Nice.
There's two of them.
Yeah. Well, we have my house is weird because it's got the little attached in-law condo my grandma lives in, and so she has her own Christmas tree set up over there. So presumably my mom got two, so I can put one on each tree.
Dude, that's great. We just have a mini tree running here, and it's like one of the mini tabletop things. They're not even that deep. But like,
yeah, my dad got home from his trip yesterday, and he's like, "Why is there a mini Christmas tree down in the basement?" And we were like, "To make it festive for you while you hang out down there."
I don't know, man. Like, let's just go back to celebrating Saturnalia.
I
Like,
agree, because that was the holiday where everyone got to fuck each other.
well, that was part of it. I mean, okay, so like
Yeah, I mean, among other things.
we're gonna take a dude and we're gonna just go classic Aztec, pretty much. 7 days. It's one dude. He can just do whatever the fuck he wants. Give him everything. Give him keys to every place. And on that 8th day, we're gonna put him in the town square. He's probably gonna be drunk off his ass. Great time.
I'm about to be drunk off my ass off this fucking whiskey. Jesus.
No, I can tell. You're sending it to the stars, my friend. Jeez.
Yeah, and I only took 2 sips. It's like, it's not even particularly strong according to the bottle, but it's like, oh, fuck. Also, everyone, here, I'm going to take you off screen for 1 second so that I can show off the shirt. Okay, there we go.
Absolutely no idea. Couldn't read that for shit.
Oh, it says now I have a machine gun, ho, ho, ho. I made it myself, so it's not, like, the best.
I think it's just the thread isn't as dark as I would do it, at least from the lighting you have.
It was a lot redder when I made it 7 years ago. Hello, ho, ho. Hello to you, too, and Poetry Blue.
Hello.
Yeah, Die Hard is my favorite. I'm actually wearing my Die Hard Christmas shirt.
Die Hard's not a Christmas movie. Stop making me get into this. Die Hard's not a Christmas movie.
Well, I mean, it takes place there, and the whole reason he's there is because of Christmas.
Okay, no, it could take place at fucking Valentine's Day. It wouldn't affect anything.
That's not really true, though. He wouldn't come visit his wife in Los Angeles for Valentine's Day.
It could be any holiday. It could literally be any holiday.
Yeah, but anything can be anything. I mean, like,
no, but there's
the movie as it exists is about Christmas.
There's nothing Christmas related about it except that it takes place at Christmas time. And if taking place at Christmas time is the bare minimum to be a Christmas movie, then everything with a 1-year time skip is therefore a Christmas movie.
I mean, I've heard people make the argument that Harry Potter's a Christmas movie because it has, like, one Christmas scene.
Yeah, that's a great example. Is Harry Potter a Christmas movie? Because, like, I mean, hell, don't forget, Santa's an actual character in Narnia, and I still wouldn't call that a Christmas movie. Santa's dude there.
Did I watch Violent Night? Yes, I watch Violent Night at Christmas every year. I like that movie a lot. It's way better than it should be.
I am not hip. What is this?
It's from a couple years ago. I guess there's a sequel coming out next year. It's basically Die Hard with Santa Claus.
Wait. Doesn't Mel Gibson have a movie like that too?
He has a movie called Fat Man, which is like, I think it's more like Santa Claus as a vigilante. I don't know. I haven't seen it, but the reason Violent Night is good is because when you take the premise of Die Hard with Santa Claus, it could really easily be edgelord shit. But Violent Night actually does, like, sort of have something to say about Santa as a character and about Christmas.
Is it against like Germans as well?
Well, no, it's more about, like, togetherness and family, but it's like
Santa Claus.
What'd you say?
Fast and Furious Santa Claus.
Yeah, so, like, he is a normal ass Santa. Like, he delivers presents and everything. But, you know, Santa had a life before becoming Santa. And what his life was that he was like a Viking and shit. So even though it's been like 1,100 years since then, but deep down, he's got that muscle memory buried. And then he winds up in an incident where he has to become the fucking Viking again. There's a whole scene where he takes off his shirt to clean a wound, and his fucking whole entire chest is covered in Viking runes and shit, tattoos, and it's legitimately a good movie. Like, I recommend it.
Okay. I do actually like this.
It's got John Leguizamo as the villain too, and I like him.
Ooh, I just watched the old Mario movie the other month.
Did you know that John Leguizamo, back when he wasn't famous, was one of the bad guy's henchmen in Die Hard 2?
John Leguizamo had some fucking legwork, dude.
I'd forgotten that, but I watched Die Hard 2 the other night, and like one of the henchmen, who I don't even think had any dialogue, was like, "Oh fuck, that's John Leguizamo."
That's wild. That's actually
Yeah,
wild.
actually, Die Hard 2 in particular is full of "oh yeah, it's that guy" actors. Fucking Dennis Franz, Fred Thompson, John Leguizamo, Robert Patrick. Robert Patrick got the role as the T-1000 because of Die Hard 2.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because they saw him in that and they're like, "Ooh, that's a good actor. Let's get him."
I like that guy. Sheesh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you seen Die Hard 2? I know you've seen the first.
I don't think I've seen the second. It's one of those things I don't really know why I would, and I don't remember it actively, so I don't think so.
So the first two are Christmas movies, which is why I watch them every year. 2 in particular feels Christmassy because it takes place in a snowy environment, so it feels really like wintry and everything. But 2, it's not as good as the first. Like it's type of thing. So it's a little derivative, and they play a little faster and looser with like the laws of physics and everything. So it's not quite as good a movie, but I still like it a lot. And something I'd kind of forgotten about it: the politics of it are based as fuck.
How so?
The villain. So the main villain of Die Hard 2 is William Sadler. I know you know him. He's from a million things. And he plays... he's Colonel Stewart. He's a military, like, Black Ops guy, or a former Black Ops guy who got fired by Congress. And what they're doing is that this foreign general, president, whatever, of some shithole Latin American country, they literally, like, made a country up. Like a fictional one.
Also, it's the best.
He's being extradited to, Valverde, I think was what it was called. So he's being extradited to the U.S. To face trial for smuggling cocaine. He's basically Manuel Noriega. And these Colonel Stewart and his guys used to work with him back when he was a U.S. ally, and they're loyal to him, so they're turning traitor to break him out and like run away to a country with no extradition.
Mm.
But, like, when I say based as fuck, not only because it's, like, a commentary on the war on drugs, but there's literally a scene when he's given his villain speech over the radio where William Sadler says, "This country needs to learn to stop cutting the legs off of men who have the guts to stand up against communist aggression."
There's no such thing as a war on drugs. There's just a war on black people.
Also, it's 1990, and he's talking about the threat of communism, which isn't an intentional choice to make him feel kind of out of touch, but...
I mean, it's 2025, and we have that going again. Anytime you say anything that someone doesn't like on the political left spectrum, you're fucking commie.
Yeah, anyway, like, Die Hard 2 has some fucking great shit in it. It's got some of my favorite action scenes in the series. 3 separate fucking plane explosions.
What other holiday movies have you been up to watching now?
Well, I did watch Violent Night a few weeks ago. I always watch The Holdovers at Christmas.
I haven't done it yet. I always watch 8 Crazy Nights every year.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Last night I stupidly watched the Star Wars Holiday Special again.
You told me about that. Shiva is all I know, and that's all I need to know. Like,
I've seen it enough times that it's fucking boring to me now. Like, the insanity in it isn't entertaining. Yeah, you're right. AK Hirsch 98. It is crazy that Die Hard 2 has a happy ending because the villains literally blow up a fucking plane full of civilians in the middle of the movie and like 200 people die.
Were they American civilians?
They were British.
Well, there you go.
It was a British plane. We don't know the exact national makeup of everyone on it, but the stewardesses and the flight crew were British. By the way, the pilot of that plane is fucking Chief O'Brien from Star Trek.
Oh.
He's in this movie for a minute for some reason.
No wonder the plane crashed. Do not trust this man.
It's actually not his fault. The way the bad guys are holding the planes hostage is that they've taken control of the airport, so they've cut off the lights to all the runways. They're posing as the tower. They've cut off the tower's communication, and just to help them out, it's the middle of a massive fucking snowstorm where no one can see shit.
Oh, Jesus.
So because they control the computer system, they can reset the ground level minus 200 feet and fool the plane into thinking they're 200 feet higher up than they are. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, the villains literally fucking kill an entire plane full of people in the middle of the movie.
I mean, that's a happy ending. If they're not Americans, I can't see the downside. You know what I mean?
Well, it's a happy ending because John saves the day and his wife winds up being fine.
Yeah, see? You know, like, it's not my wife.
Air traffic control are the real lifesavers. They really, in that movie in particular, they legitimately are. Like he doesn't really have like a sidekick in this one the way he does in some of them, but the closest thing he has to a sidekick is one of the air traffic control guys who's like the tech guy who's helping him set shit up and everything.
What does the guy do?
Well, initially he just works in the air traffic control, but then like he's the one who figures out alternate means to communicate with the planes. You know, he's the one who helps John like go to the radio tower and set up equipment. Oh, yeah. So one of the things I like about Die Hard 2 that AK Hirsch just brought up in the comments is that Die Hard... Remember how at the end of the first one he like reconciles with his wife and everything?
Yes.
So in the second, they run with that still. They're back together. They're happy again. John has transferred to LA to be with her and their children. They're just in Washington, D.C. to visit her parents for the holidays.
Okay.
Which is why it's snowy as fuck, because that happens there occasionally. And
I live there, my guy.
Yeah. Well, I know, but the audience doesn't. Not necessarily.
Well, actually, that's a good point.
So, like, the whole reason he's at the airport is because she's flying back from a business trip and he has to pick her up. So he's just, like, waiting around the airport bored and accidentally stumbles into the plot. But so like I liked that they carried on his character development from the last movie, and then as AK Hirsch points out, at the beginning of the third one, they want him back in New York, so they're estranged again.
That was enough plot development. We can move on with the story.
Well, it's annoying too because the plot of the third one could have worked perfectly. It's just they're back in New York to visit John's parents for Christmas.
Were they able to get the actress? Is that possibly a thing here?
We hear her voice over the phone, and I couldn't tell if it was her or not, so maybe that was part of it. But she doesn't have to be in it. She could just be at home doing the Christmas shit while he's off doing his John McClane shit.
That is true. She doesn't have to actually be there.
Yeah. Now, granted, having a Die Hard movie be set at the height of the summer rather than Christmas is an interesting idea.
Like, it's not a bad idea, but...
Yeah, 3 is a good movie overall, despite having that big glaring fucking thing that I don't like about it. But overall, it's still pretty good. 4 and 5 are not. Does she ever return? She gets a momentary mention in the 4th where the villain says, "Oh, you're divorced. That's sad." And there's like a photo of her on a computer screen for half a second, and then that's it.
Yeah, that seems like an actor.
I mean, by the 4th one, maybe, because that was 2007. But as for why she wasn't available in 1995, I don't know. Maybe she was busy. But I don't know. I like Die Hard 2 a lot. It's got some fucking cool shit in it. A lot of people say 3 is better than 2. Those people are wrong. Though the New York shit in 3 is awesome. And Samuel L. Jackson is the sidekick in it, and he's great.
I'm just going to say, if you can have the third be a good movie, and it's not at Christmas time, it's not really a Christmas movie, is it? I mean,
3 isn't, yeah.
Well, I don't know. It just sounds like it just happens to be at Christmas. I don't know.
Well, yeah. The 4th one, as much as I don't love the 4th one very much, I do appreciate that it goes back to the holiday. 5. There's 3 that were made back when Bruce Willis was still young, and then they made 2 more where he's like the old guy having to come back.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
The thing I do like about the 4th, they go back to the holiday thing by having it take place over 4th of July weekend. What?
I don't even know. It's just is it a 4th of July movie?
Not really. The 4th of July conceit is mostly just to explain, like, oh, that's why there's so many people at this event, or which is frankly really why the first two are Christmas movies. Like why does Die Hard 2 have to be set on Christmas? Because that way the airport is crowded as fuck, and therefore they have like 10,000 hostages rather than like 2,000.
So it's just a damn plot contrivance. I don't want to celebrate with a plot contrivance.
It also, so part of the Die Hard formula is that it has to be set all in one location, and starting with 3, they start not doing that.
Wait, so more of them
like
don't.
3 just takes. Well, that's kind of my point. Is that like even if we just count the 3 good ones, the third one doesn't stick to one location; it sticks to one city.
Oh,
But like the first is all Nakatomi Tower, and the second is, with one exception, all the airport and like the neighborhood surrounding the airport. Which, like, I'll count that because it's literally like walking distance from the airport.
Yeah.
But then 3 is just New York City. 4 is just the fucking U.S. entirely, and then 5 is Russia. Like 5 just takes place in Russia.
Like the entirety of Russia?
Well, I mean, they travel around to various parts of Russia.
Yeah. It's like all over Russia. Damn. Because like
what was the plot of 5? 5 is the one I've seen the fewest times because it's fucking dog shit. Yeah, you're right, A.K. Hirsch. The 5th was a disaster. The plot of that one, if I remember correctly, is that John's son, who makes a really small appearance in the first movie as like a 4-year-old, but of course time passes, so he's an adult now in 2013.
And he was wearing glasses.
So he gets arrested in Russia for unknown reasons, and he's like estranged from his dad, of course, so there's character development. So his dad flies over to Russia to like figure out why the fuck did my son get arrested, and he finds out that his son has been working for the CIA, and they like get embroiled in a fucking like action adventure together. Oh yeah, and he's played by Jai Courtney, who was Captain Boomerang in the terrible Suicide Squad movie. That was the first movie I ever saw Jai Courtney in, actually.
I can't think of him in anything else.
I feel bad because like he seems like a nice guy, but he's just not a fucking very good actor at all. Like he can't really do an American accent very well because he's Australian. Like he good as the henchman. Like he's fit. There we go. I did for a second, but I think it's all right now. But yeah, he just like Jai Courtney just doesn't have what it takes to be Hollywood leading man, and they tried to make him one for a few years.
So he's not necessarily
really. You're not a big fan of Mark Ruffalo's Hulk. I mean, he's fine. Like, he's not the worst actor ever. He just doesn't have what it takes to be second fiddle to John McClane. I don't know. It's So actually, my dad, of all people, pointed out to me when we were talking about it once that Bruce Willis's shitty performance in the 5th Die Hard movie, in hindsight, kind of seems like an early sign of his mental condition.
They really just kept putting him in stuff. He didn't.
And that was somewhat voluntary on his part, I guess. But like, then you have to ask, like, is it really voluntary when he's in the condition he's in?
As someone who's worked in that field, no. After a certain point, it's not.
Yeah. Well, because I thought about that because, like, Bruce Willis, all right, let's be real, he doesn't really disappear into roles most of the time. Like, he has a type and he plays that type.
Yeah, I mean, it's Bruce Willis being Bruce Willis, and that one time he's Butch.
Yeah, like, he has some range. Like, he, honestly, my favorite in terms of, like, acting performance of his is 12 Monkeys. But, which was the same year as Die Hard 3, actually. So it's not like he disappears into roles, but he was always fairly good at what he did. And even if the movie itself wasn't that good, like Die Hard 4 isn't very good, but he's still fine in it. Like his performance is still good. But then 5 comes along a couple years, and it really ends with Looper, which was 2012. Like he gives a really great performance in Looper. And then a year later, in 2013, he does Die Hard 5, and suddenly he looks like he's at fucking gunpoint. He visibly doesn't give a shit.
So what is the obvious conclusion? Joseph Gordon-Levitt. What did he do? Take
He
that
siphoned
twin,
up
put
Bruce
him on
Willis's
the set.
life force.
What did Joseph Gordon-Levitt do when he killed that older version of himself? What happened?
Technically, he killed himself, but yeah.
Well, and by killing himself, he killed the older version.
Yeah.
I don't.
So, like, anyway, like, you didn't really tend to hear the word lazy in Bruce Willis reviews before, say, 2013, but then starting with, like, Die Hard 5 and almost everything he did afterwards, you start hearing the word lazy a ton, because he seems like he doesn't give a shit.
He's just there.
Well, yeah, now, in hindsight, we're like, he probably wasn't being lazy, he probably was cognitively suffering.
Guy has been checked out of the hotel for a while.
Well, I know in 2015 he did a stage play version of Misery with Laurie Metcalf, and there was a little bit of controversy over the fact that he had an earpiece feeding him his lines, and people were like, "Oh, he's being fucking lazy." No, that doesn't look like that's what's going on, guys. It looks like he was cognitively impaired.
But plus, he's not a fucking he's not a play actor mostly, is he?
He's done it here and there. I mean, it wasn't his. I mean, they didn't like his performance, but what they didn't like was that they thought he was being lazy by refusing to learn his lines. But it's like, no, he probably could not memorize them.
I mean, I don't even. He's an old man. I don't think that we ever need him to know all his lines. That's cool. He's old.
I guess you know how he did he's done a million of those movies in the last few years, the geezer teasers, the ones where he's in them for like 5 minutes, but they advertise it like he's the star and everything.
Okay, geezer teaser sounds like a porn category.
Kinda, yeah. So he I forget which one of this was true of a lot of them. In one in particular, in some of the shots, you can actually see something in his ear, and it looks to be an earpiece feeding him his lines.
Sorry, I'm just obsessed with the idea of taking my dentures out for a geezer teaser.
I watched one of them. I think it was called Apex. And first of all, you can tell it was shot during COVID because it only has like 6 actors and it almost entirely takes place in the same 6 rooms.
Is it one of those like we have an evolving mutant type deals?
No, it's like some sci-fi, like it's a sci-fi version of Most Dangerous Game, basically.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's carried on it's carried by fucking Neil McDonough carrying the movie on his back, doing his absolute fucking best to take the movie seriously.
Wait. Is it the sci-fi version of Most Dangerous Game just Predator?
Well, you're not wrong, but no, this is like it's not literally an adaptation of Most Dangerous Game, but it basically just has the same plot.
Okay, true.
And Bruce Willis ostensibly is the protagonist, even though he only has like 10 minutes of screen time across the movie. And he's like the criminal who is being hunted by the rich in exchange for like money to his family or whatever.
How do you even call that a protagonist? He's just a fucking victim at that point.
No, literally, you're right. And I noticed watching the movie, I think only once in the whole movie does he share a shot with another actor, and it's when they're like wrestling over a gun. But every other time he appears, he's by himself, or like if he's talking to someone, always reverse shot. He's never in the scene with them. He only ever has like one or two lines of dialogue at a time, and they're always really simple lines.
Oh God, how many takes? How many takes, Bruce?
Yeah, like there's a whole scene where the hologram lady shows up in his cell and is basically saying like, "Hey, if you let these rich cocksuckers hunt you for sport, we'll give your fucking grandchildren like $50 million or whatever."
Oh, cool.
And like his only contribution to that is, "I don't have grandchildren." And then she's like, "Yeah, you do. You've just been in prison for decades, so you didn't know that."
Why does that not even feel like a line as much as something you just happened to catch Bruce Willis saying? I don't have grandchildren.
Most of his lines feel like that. They feel like something they just kind of coached him to say. Apparently, on either that one or one of the others, he like kept fucking up the take and firing his gun at the wrong moment to the point that they were like afraid to hand him a prop gun.
Yeah, that's 100% abuse.
Yeah, that's the thing is a lot of like these were going around as rumors for a while. Now they're confirmed because he announced his retirement. But there were like PAs who worked on sets of these cheap little films, and yeah, there were stories all over Reddit of like, yeah, Bruce Willis looked visibly confused. He didn't seem to understand why he was here. They'd have him come out, do his line, and then they'd like usher him back to his trailer. Like,
poor fucking guy.
yeah, so when I learned about that, I started mentally going through my list of his movies, looking for a scene where he gets hit in the head, because he's very young to get this kind of dementia. So I'm like, I wonder if he got a head injury or had a stroke or...
It also could just be a family thing.
Maybe. I thought of it specifically because he does famously have, like, most hearing loss in his left ear from the scene in Die Hard where he fires the gun under the table.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. That's insane.
I don't know. So because he had an existing scene-caused injury, I started thinking like, oh, did he ever get hit in the head and get a brain injury? But I don't think he did.
I think it would be a convenient theory, but I just don't think that's how we got here.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly, as sad as that is, I much prefer that to the notion of, oh, he just gives that little fuck that he never learns his lines. Because I do like, despite the fact that he doesn't disappear into roles, I do respect him as a performer. He's made some great fucking movies. I mean, and he's been great in some great fucking movies.
You can respect the work without having to even respect how he works as an artist now. Like Kanye.
Well, yeah. Well, now Bruce Willis is retired because they just couldn't keep it up anymore.
I mean, that's a lot. I mean, they're essentially Weekend at Bernie's him. Like, no.
In the last couple of years, yeah. Like, when they did, like, Split or Glass or whatever, he could still be, like, semi-coherent, but, like, by the time of Apex, it was pretty much just, like, they were Weekend at Bernie'sing him.
Poor guy.
Yeah, they're actually, in 2022, he did 8 movies because he had tiny roles in all of them. And fucking the Razzie Awards did a worst Bruce Willis movie award, but then when they announced his diagnosis, they rescinded it and like put out an apology. So like, all right, that's nice.
They're like, yeah, we probably shouldn't have done that.
They treated him like an average senator. Fucking true, dude. Remember how Dianne Feinstein like openly didn't know where she was, and they kept wheeling her onto the fucking Senate floor anyway?
I love America, man.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, she got out of the hospital for pneumonia, and it's like, man, I hate when I get the kind of pneumonia that makes the left half of my face droop.
Hey, you don't know my lifestyle.
True. I don't know yours. Well, I do know yours, but...
Fair.
Yeah, and I mean, she did finally die, but she was my go-to example of senator who needs to retire for like 15 fucking years. Oh yeah, Mitch McConnell too. Twice that I know of, Mitch McConnell has just stopped talking mid-sentence and stared off into dead space.
Yo, leave that old turtle alone, okay? Like, I he's like a class pet that's just been like handed down so often through the damn school. Well, we
He's
don't
like
know.
he's
anymore.
like if the class pet also carried fleas and gave fucking fleas to all the children.
So he's like a class pet. I mean,
Well, true, yeah. Turtles don't tend to carry fleas, but he sure as fuck does.
Mitch McConnell was just that one Adam Sandler movie that had Bill Burr in it.
Oh yeah, I don't even remember which one that was.
It was a lizard. I don't know what it was called.
I don't have a good grasp on Adam Sandler's catalog, considering most of them suck.
Whoa, 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 whoa! You're tripping.
Are we really gonna sit here and try to act like You Don't Mess with the Zohan is a real movie?
Are we really gonna act like that's the catalog and not Happy Gilmore, Mr. Deeds, talking about like Billy Madsen, talking about Waterboy? Like, wait,
he did some that were good. He did some, and then he did Grown Ups 1 and 2, and Jack and Jill, and You Don't Mess with the Zohan, and Click, and
Grown Ups. I've never seen a more clear example of that is just giving your friends a job, and I'm cool with it.
I do respect that one on some level.
That movie is just giving his friends jobs. That's the only point of that movie at all. It's a bad movie, and it's great because they made 2 and they got a bag. And honestly, we're not getting another Joe Dirt, so this is nice. Like,
we did get a second Joe Dirt in 2015, but I doubt we're getting a third.
Will you have a second Joe Dirt?
Yeah, Joe Dirt 2, Beautiful Loser. Apparently, it's like god awful.
How did Oh my god!
I think it went straight to DVD. I think that's why you didn't hear about it.
I don't even. What do you even do with that? Because isn't the ending of Joe Dirt he like fucking marries his sister or some shit?
I don't know. People either love or hate Sandler. No in between. True, though. As A.K. Hirsch points out, Uncut Gems is pretty good.
Okay, Uncut Gems is an amazing movie that I fucking hate to watch.
Like, because it's stressful or whatever?
I have never had a movie give me more anxiety and had me screaming at the television like I was a 17-year-old watching the NBA Finals. Like, I was fucking pissed, bro.
That's why the one movie I will not watch stoned is The Substance, because I know I will have a fucking panic attack watching it.
It wasn't even like... It's more like... Okay. So, you know that thing with white girls in horror movies? Where they're like, I'm gonna go in the basement, and you're like, don't go in the basement. And I'm gonna go in the basement
in my underwear.
Yeah, and like at a certain point, you're just like, stop it! No, don't walk down with the wet towel. No, stop this! Like, no.
I assume you've seen Cabin in the Woods, right?
I love Cabin in the Woods. Oh my god, I had a high school date to Cabin in the Woods. That was a throwback.
Yeah, I love that movie. Hang on one sec. I'm just taking this off because I'm hot.
So, full disclosure, it's been a while, and I'm not sure how much of that movie I watched. But yeah, no, you end up watching Uncut Gems, and you're sitting there the whole time, and you're like, don't do that with your money. Stop that. Don't do that. Stop. Please don't do that. Stop it. Stop enabling him. Why are these people supporting you?
I think I've told this on the stream before, but I had that when I was stoned as fuck watching We Live in Time. Like, the childbirth scene was the most intense experience of my life.
I don't think I know this.
There's not, like, much to it. It's just I was high as motherfuck when I watched We Live in Time. And the scene where the main couple have their baby, like, it's not, the baby's fine, but it's like she winds up giving birth in a gas station bathroom.
Okay.
Because, like, she goes into labor and the traffic is heavy and whatever. So, like, the whole scene, it was just intense for me because I was so connected to these characters that I felt like I was watching my friends have their child.
Oh, man.
So I was like as emotionally invested as them.
It doesn't sound like you helped your friends out a bunch. You let them have a gas station, baby. Do better.
Well, I mean,
These are your friends.
They were driving to the hospital and there was traffic, and the pregnant lady was like, I'm going to go to that gas station and get some snacks. And then she goes to go to the bathroom and winds up going into labor in the bathroom.
I'm going to get some snacks. That's wild. Like, it could go, like, well, what are we doing?
Well, I mean, they think they've got several hours to go. So she's like, well, I might as well kill some time.
There's so many levels to this.
There's a great bit in that too, because she goes to the bathroom and he's looking for her, and she's like, "Hey, I thought I had to poop, but I think I need to push." And like he's trying to get the door open because the lock is broken. Both. Oh yeah, true. But somewhere in there, when he's trying to calm her down, he's like, I have those cookies you were looking for, by the way.
Buddy, like we got other things to worry about right now.
Well, yeah, he's just like, he's desperate to tell her anything that will calm her down. So he's like, I found the cookies.
Ram's not going to be as expensive anymore. It's all going to be okay.
The part that fucked with me, though, was that, they give, so, like, he's basically delivering the baby with the help of the two employees at the gas station. And one of whom seems like fairly prepared for it. At least, like, maybe she's old enough. She probably has kids of her own, at least. So she's like helping somewhat. And like the 911 operator manages to get an EMT who can coach them over the phone on how to deliver the baby and everything. But, it goes fine. And then at the end of the scene, the ambulance has now arrived. So they got her on the gurney. They load her into the ambulance. He gets in the ambulance with his wife. And then he turns around and he takes one last look at these two strangers he'll never see again, who are now part of the happiest moment of his life. And he just gives them a little wave as the ambulance door closes. And I'm just like sobbing watching it.
Show back up with a fucking flower basket, or any reasonable person would.
Yeah, he probably did, but the movie is non-linear, so we don't really, like, the next scene takes place 10 years earlier. And it's Andrew Garfield, so of course he can do, like, anything just with his face. Like, he can convey any emotion.
I love Andrew Garfield, man.
That movie has possibly the best romantic chemistry I've seen, like, of the 21st century, between him and Florence Pugh. Like, there's not a second of that movie I doubted that they were, like, a couple who'd been together for decades and had a child and, like, all that shit. Also, bless you.
What about the chemistry between Tim Burton and Johnny Depp fucking his wife?
That is true. That is true.
Just saying. That is the most glorious throuple energy that has ever existed.
So what's funny is that I knew Andrew Garfield could do romance really well from the two Spider-Man movies, but that's cheating because Emma Stone was actually his girlfriend in real life at the time. That's
not cheating. That's just good cast work.
Exactly.
I mean, you just got to fit these things in at the right time. I mean,
yeah, it's a tradition for the Spider-Man and love interest to date in real life.
It really is. And, like, I don't know. Zendaya, dump his ass so I can get a better Spider-Man. Like,
I like him as Spider-Man. I just have issues with those movies.
I need to believe in something about my Spider-Man. And watching Tom Holland, I don't believe in him for anything. Not his intelligence, not his strength, not even that he's funny. He's just
I hope
there.
The next one's good, man. I hope the next one's good. It looks good.
Like, the whole greatness of Spider-Man is like he was the first younger hero who was hanging with the big dogs and like not a little bitch. And somehow the MCU has found a way to just turn him into the entire stereotype he was breaking. He's a fucking sidekick.
He is best in his own movies rather than the Avengers ones. But yeah, his own ones still do have some issues.
Even in his own movies, I am fucking happy showing up every 10 seconds to just dump tech on me like he's Q.
So this is the thing I'll say about Spider-Man movies in general. Is he a Nepo baby? I don't know which one you're referring to. I don't think Tom Holland is.
Tom Holland Spider-Man is totally a Nepo baby.
Oh, the character is, yeah.
Yeah, because like Tony just dumps the company.
Every Spider-Man movie, no matter how good or how bad, has at least one moment that I really remember and go, that was fucking awesome. Well, yeah, that's the obvious. So the first one, I mean, several of these have more than one moment that's that great, but like, let's just stick to one each.
Okay.
The first one has him saving Mary Jane in the cable car on the bridge. The second one has the train
fight.
The
upside down kiss?
Yeah, though they recreated it.
Over that.
Oh, I'm talking action scenes, but yeah.
Oh, true.
So if we just restrict it to action scenes, him saving them on the bridge in the first one, the train scene in the second. What do I really like from the third? There's some great fight scenes in the third. Well, yeah, that too.
It's the most memorable scene.
There's some great fights with him and Sandman in that movie. I'm trying to think of one in particular I really love, though. Because my favorite scene in that movie is not the action scene. It's when Sandman gets turned into Sandman.
The fact that during that scene that they didn't play Metallica is just a loss.
Yeah.
The we can never get over.
I really like the ending battle in Spider-Man 3. Like him and Harry versus Sandman and Venom. I really like that whole sequence.
Yeah, where it's like giant sand tornado ass Sandman.
Yeah. The first Andrew Garfield one has the scene where all the construction guys arrange the cranes in a row so that he can travel despite the limited range of the web shooters.
I love that one. I love that one.
Even Amazing Spider-Man 2, which I consider the worst one, does have that fucking excellent slow-mo scene where Electro is about to kill all the people on the Times Square steps, and it lets Spider-Man, like, in slow-mo start shooting webs to redirect the electricity. Homecoming has the whole ending battle with Vulture is great, especially the whole, like, come on, Spider-Man, lifting the fucking building off his back.
Yeah.
Far From Home has the fight with Mysterio at the end where he does that whole, like, glide in, bounce off the thing through the window. Like, that whole scene's great. No Way Home has that bit where he's beating the fuck out of Norman and he's just cackling like the goddamn Joker with every hit. Oh, yeah, the ferry scene is also fantastic. Yeah, the ferry scene is great, but my favorite is that ending with the building. And the symbolism of, like, looking at his own reflection with the mask. Like, oh, that's great.
This is wilding that, like, you're not giving Miles his scenes.
Oh, I'm just talking the live-action ones. Because I fucking love both of the Miles movies. So, like, I can't even pick a great scene because the whole fucking movie is fantastic.
That's the answer.
You know what? I'll throw them in. What's my favorite in Into the Spider-Verse? That first swing, the What's Up Danger sequence. I love that.
Wait. Is that the one that has that really... Oh, no, sorry. I was thinking of the trailer when they made the Miles Morales Spider-Man game where it's Miles really shows the hip swagger and
the exaggerated swagger of a black teen.
Yeah, that. Sorry. No.
To be fair, that was a review, and the game didn't have anything to do with that one. But
just everyone heard it. Everyone heard that. It was great.
Can they legally, like, is Miles stuck at Sony? No, Marvel can use Miles under the same deal they use Peter. In fact, as you probably know, A.K. Hirsch, there is a deleted scene where they name drop Miles in Homecoming. Well, they indirectly name drop him in the finished film. They had an extended version of the scene where they directly do, but they just cut it for time. But you remember, like, Nick, when he webs Donald Glover's hand to the trunk? Like, to get information out of him or whatever?
Sorry, I mentally blocked out that Troy was in that movie. Yes, I do remember the Childish Gambino guy.
So that character's name is Aaron Davis, and in the comics, Aaron Davis is Miles' uncle / the Prowler. In that scene, he kind of, when Spider-Man says, like, why are you helping me? You're a criminal. And he says something like, I got a nephew living around here, so I also care that this neighborhood is safe.
Yeah.
But there's a deleted scene that they cut for time where they would have cut back to him later, like still webbed to the car because he's waiting for the webbing to dissolve. And in that scene, he pulls out his phone and he goes, "Hey, Miles, I'm going to be late today. Some weird stuff happened," or some line like that. But so Miles does canonically exist in the MCU. He's just still a child. Because, timeline.
MCU don't care about the timeline.
I mean, they somewhat do. So that's actually a slight, not misnomer, but Spider-Man is allowed to drink. He's not allowed to drink to excess, but like he's allowed to have a glass of wine with dinner. Like, he can't get shit-faced, but he's allowed to, like, have a glass.
How often do we expect this to be a relevant conversation?
So I'll tell you why. This is actually a really funny story. Remember the Sony hack, like, 11 years ago?
Yeah, I remember.
So that's probably the reason we never got a third Andrew Garfield movie. They probably would have still made one despite the less than stellar reception of the second. But anyway, the Sony hack, fucking tens of thousands of documents leak. And one of the things that leaked, like, there's all this correspondence about Spider-Man and how he works. And so one of the things that leaked was, like, the basic do's and don'ts of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
His name is Peter, because this was before Miles was a big thing, because this is so long ago. So, like, his name is Peter Benjamin Parker. He gets his powers somewhere in this age range. He's raised by Owen and Beru. Fucking Star Wars on the mind. By Ben and May. And so one of the things they had was they had a list of things that he is not allowed to do, like that you're not allowed to have Spider-Man do.
Sure.
And it was like, he's not allowed to kill his enemies. He can't use R-rated swears. He can use like PG-13 swears, but not R-rated. He can't drink alcohol to excess. He can't use or sell illicit drugs. All this kind of, Spider-Man does do that shit. But what was funny was that a number of them had an asterisk. And at the bottom, the asterisk explains he is allowed to break this rule if he's under the influence of the Venom suit. And so which then people, and one of the things that was allowed if he's venomized was to sell drugs. So everyone was making like spiders and jokes.
Jesus.
I think the reason he wasn't allowed to have the glass of wine in Spider-Man 2 was because the character is not of drinking age in that movie, but I might be wrong. Oh, yeah, they were also like, he can't be gay, but he can be gay as Venom, I guess.
What if he gets hit with pink kryptonite?
To be fair to that, pink kryptonite was from a joke issue. It's not necessarily not canon, but it was from a novelty issue, and it appears in one single panel.
Okay, fair.
Like, just to be fair, there's not an actual storyline about kryptonite that turns Superman gay. That was just like a one-off joke when they were explaining what all the different kryptonites do. So that's the canon status of that is a little ambiguous.
That's such a weird line. Okay,
but yeah. Like, math-wise, like, roughly, in Spider-Man 2, he should only be about 20 years old, so maybe that's why they wouldn't let him have the wine, just because he wasn't of drinking age. Because in the third one, he's allowed to. Like, there's the whole scene where he's hiding the ring in MJ's champagne glass and everything. Because 3 takes place, like, a year or two later, so he'd be 21 by then. Yeah, so he graduates high school in the first one, so he's presumably about 18, which would mean he'd be about 20. And yes, MJ was getting married, but you're allowed to get married when you're 20. Maybe you shouldn't be, but you are.
I mean, you're allowed to get married if you're like 14 in some states.
Oh, yeah. Though you need parental consent.
So, okay, here's a weird question about the rules for Spider-Man. Is he always Jewish?
No, actually. Normally they don't really get into his religion to any real extent. Like they have Aunt May praying or whatever, but like Spider-Man's relationship to religion is generally not expounded upon a ton. The Jewish thing is because his creators were Jewish, or at least Stan Lee is. I don't know if Steve Ditko is. I think he might be though. But so there was always part of it was that using Yiddish words like mashugana was a good way to like have an expletive that wasn't a swear.
Oh, is it him being like oy vey type shit?
Yeah, like that was one of the reasons that he and other characters would often use terms like that. But there was kind of Jewish subtext because of his creators. So then the Spider-Verse movie confirms that at least one multiversal variant of him is because he does the step on the glass thing at his wedding. He's just from Queens, I guess. True.
Well, I always wasn't sure about that too, because like it's just a New York thing to call people schmucks. Because sometimes people be schmucks.
Speaking of, I really love that the current Superman actor is Jewish because Superman's Jewish subtext has always been really fucking strong. So I'm glad to see that represented.
I think it's problematic if we go too deep into Superman's Jewish subtext because he's also a giant Jesus allegory. And so
that's the thing. He's not supposed to be. Writers who don't understand him use him as such, but he's supposed to be a Moses allegory.
That would be cool if people knew how to like write, but we haven't had like Superman being in like a correct general mindset. General, not like general, like general.
Yeah. Of all of the superheroes, Superman is the one who most often gets writers who don't know what the fuck to do with him.
I'd argue him or Batman, just because the prep time.
Yeah, and also yes, Zack Snyder was fucking hardcore into the Jesus symbolism. But Superman
loved that one. He saw that idea and was like, "I'm going all in."
Yeah, which is one of many reasons that Zack Snyder is a terrible director whose movies suck. Except for Watchmen, because he didn't really direct that; he just filmed the comic book.
It's 2015. I'm watching Watchmen. I'm happy. It's 2025. I'm watching Watchmen. I'm happy.
True.
It's 2019. I'm watching Watchmen. I'm happy.
Yeah.
It just holds up. It just holds up.
God, no. True. I need you to give me the stone. Oh my god, I fucking hate Gal Gadot so much. Not just because she's a demon, but because she's a terrible actress too. I'd seen that infamous clip that I know you know, enough champagne to feel denial. So I'd seen that clip with no context, and between the bad acting, so that's what I'm getting at. Between the bad acting and the shitty visuals, I thought that was from a champagne commercial because she did one of those at some point. That's not. That's from the movie adaptation of Death on the Nile.
Why?
I don't know. And yes, it would be great to get a Greek actress to play Wonder Woman. That would be cool. That's not a complete deal breaker for me, but I would like that.
I mean, I'm so torn because, like, would it be great? Yes. Did they also get a super militaristic obsessed woman to play a super militaristic obsessed woman? Yes.
Well, Wonder Woman is militaristic in the sense that she has a lot of combat training, but she's not, like, obsessed with conquest. Like, she resolves issues without violence if possible.
I mean, some editions of her do. Sometimes man's world just gotta fucking die.
There was a coordinated effort to gaslight us into thinking that Wonder Woman had good acting. Well, the movie had good acting from other actors. Chris Pine was fine in it. The lady who played Etta Candy was fine in it. Gal Gadot was not. See, part of it was that her way of speaking is so shitty that they had all the Amazons talk with that weird accent and diction to make it look like that's just how their accent sounds. But no, that's just her not being able to act. Now, despite that fact, the first Wonder Woman movie is fairly decent, despite falling apart in the third act a little bit. But until then, it's pretty good.
Dreamcast.
The game console?
No. If you could pick your casting for Wonder Woman.
Well, see, that's the thing is that, like, anytime anyone asks me that, I always answer the same thing. I want a relative unknown I've probably never heard of to play the character. And Poetry Blue, it's more than the Israeli accent. She has that, and she has this fucking horrible, like, cadence to her voice because she can't act.
Dude, she's like the Sylvester Stallone of Israel.
Yeah, and that's insulting to Stallone, by the way, because Stallone has some actual talent, despite my issues with him politically.
Edwin, I guess.
Yeah, he does. So everyone thinks that he's like cognitively disabled or whatever. He's not. He just has a slight speech impediment because he had fucking oxygen deprivation when he was born.
Yeah, no, I don't.
It just fucked up one of the nerves in one side of his face.
I don't think he's cognitively in a bad spot because of that. I think he's cognitively in a bad spot because he's an old man who thinks he makes sense as an action hero.
Well, yeah, now he's cognitively fucked up because he's a Trump supporter. But back when he wrote Rocky, he wasn't.
I just mean, what's that movie with all the old dudes where like they're all back?
The Expendables.
Yeah, that is. Once we've reached that age, it's like all of you old in denial fucks need to go and sit with who's big boy. I'm fat and I fight people and I like to go to
Seagal.
Yeah. They all need to go sit with Steven Seagal in the corner and stop this nonsense. It's outrageous.
The Expendables was a mildly amusing premise in 2009, and then they made 3 more of them.
See, that's what I mean. Because they took themselves seriously and they're like, oh, this is our thing now. We can be the old guy fighters. No, we don't want old guy fighters. Fuck off. The Expendables 1 was cool.
Yeah, it was mildly amusing the first time because Stallone was still young enough that he was semi-believable as an aging soldier.
And like the idea of writing it once is cool because you guys deserve a send-off movie. But it's a send-off movie, not a segue.
Yeah, because he was only like 60 when he did the first one. And it's like, all right, I can believe that this guy is like an aging soldier.
I mean, yeah, but like, I don't believe when these old guys want to do the action hero that type of way. If you want to do an old soldier, you have to be like Robert De Niro playing a thing. Where like,
yeah, and he did play an old soldier more than once.
And it works because you're just like, oh yeah.
Well, I want to say, of course it works, it's De Niro, but De Niro has been in some fucking dog shit, so I can't really say that.
His dog shits are just outshined by the absolute diamonds that he has been in.
Yeah, I mean, when you made Taxi Driver and Godfather 2, it's like we'll look the other way when talking about the war with Grandpa.
When you've made Casino, when you meet The Irishman, how many do you have to do before it's like, all right, dude, just have fun. Have fun.
He was in the best movie called Joker. I didn't realize there was more than one movie called Joker. Unless you're referring to Joker 2, which, you know, we have our thoughts on that.
Folie à deux?
Yeah. I do appreciate that its mission statement appears to be take $200 million of Warner Brothers money and set it on fire. I do appreciate that.
I mean, I like it better than Suicide Squad.
Which one? 2016 Suicide Squad?
I kind of argue both, just because. Okay, I like the Joker 2 was trying something.
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
God board a little, but I see where it was coming from.
Yeah, and as for the 2016 Suicide Squad movie specifically, the fucking Star Wars Holiday Special is a better movie than that one.
You're biased. You watch that for fun.
Okay, fine. The Room is a better movie than Suicide Squad 2016. Ghostbusters 2016 is better.
Oh no!
It is. It is, dude. Seriously, I watched Ghostbusters 2016 finally last year, and yes, it sucks. But the 2016 Suicide Squad movie is legitimately one of the worst movies I've ever watched.
Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium.
I never saw that.
It's bad.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. That's why Walter White was so happy to discover that he had 2 copies of it.
I forgot.
I think about that every time anyone mentions that fucking movie. 2 copies.
I completely forgot about that.
No, but I fucking despise the 2016 Suicide Squad movie more than like almost any movie I've ever watched. I fucking hate that movie.
What did it do to you?
It took a ton of characters I really liked and wiped its fucking shitty caked ass with it.
Show me on the doll where it touched you.
In its butthole. In the doll's butthole is where it touched me. That movie is fucking cancerous, AIDS-filled horseshit. Oh, God. Oh, God, Goatsy. It's Goatsy.
No, the puppet.
I know, but... Yeah, I fucking despise the not the 2021, the Suicide Squad. I fucking love that movie. It's one of my favorite superhero movies. I despise the 2016 one more than anything else. Every fucking Zack's, like the Snyder Cut, you know how much I hate the Snyder Cut. You know how much I hate Batman v Superman. You know how much I fucking despise Wonder Woman 1984. I would gladly get on my knees and suck the dick of any of those movies before I watch Suicide Squad again. I have not watched it since it was in theaters. I hate that fucking movie. I hope everybody involved in it has fiery poops for the rest of their life.
Wasn't the Snyder Cut slightly better than the original movie? Because like both were dog shit.
Most people thought so. I thought it was worse. Because
Really?
yes, it's a more consistent movie. It feels more like a creative vision. But what that means is that it had more of the things that sucked about the theatrical cut. Joss Whedon's fucking like tell a joke every 3 seconds bullshit got really fucking old in the theatrical cut. But at least the movie had some fucking color. Also, it does have in the opening credits that shot that I absolutely love, which feels like a Snyder shot, even though it's not. Where they're showing how the world is hopeless because Superman's dead and all that shit. And there's that fucking decrepit, sick-looking homeless guy sitting on the sidewalk, and the sign just says, "I tried." That shot is fucking awesome, and it deserves to be in a much better movie.
Fair. Yeah.
Why is it in 4:3? Because it was shot for fucking IMAX. Because Zack Snyder thinks that his shit is genius.
I mean, more things
anyway, I fucking hate Suicide Squad. Well, I don't like when superhero movies are shot in that aspect ratio, but you know, that's a separate issue.
Seen the new Dances with Wolves yet?
New Dances with... Oh, Avatar? No, I haven't.
Yeah, Avatar 3.
I haven't even gotten around to seeing the second yet. I keep meaning to do it and then forgetting.
Oh, dude.
I'm going, like, I've heard they're good. It's nothing personal. It's just like, oh yeah, I'll get to that at some point.
You can't be 2 Avatar movies behind. He's like trying to do them quickly now after like a 12-year hiatus.
Yeah, I mean, I'll get to them. I've seen the first. I've seen every cut of the first, in fact, because we have the Blu-ray of it from when I was a kid. Because there's like 2 or 3 different cuts of it.
There are, and it's unnecessary. Just give me all the scenes and make it long, James. It's cool.
Well, that's what it is. So James Cameron, I love him as a filmmaker. Like, even if I don't love the Avatar movies necessarily. Yeah, I was thinking of that. So in one of the bonus feature things for the movie The Abyss, he talks about how when he has to cut the length of a movie down, the way he does it is he just cuts a subplot.
Yeah, it's fucking dumb.
Well, it's a good way to make it feel like cohesive still at the end.
I understand the idea.
Now, granted, of all of his movies that I have seen the director's cut of, I've liked the director's cut more. That's not to say I dislike the theatrical for any of them, but I like yes, The Abyss is not only underrated, The Abyss is one of my favorite movies of his. Like, I love The Abyss as much as I do Aliens and T2. Like, the Abyss, I fucking love The Abyss. That's one of my favorite sci-fi movies.
So I guess you could say Abyss goes under
Yes.
the radar.
With the Abyss in particular, it is much better in the director's cut because adding the subplot about nuclear war makes the whole movie richer. Yeah, exactly. The theatrical cut of Aliens cut the subplot about Ripley having a child. Yeah, because he needed something he could cut and have the movie still be cohesive. And Aliens is great in theatrical cut, but it's better in directors because there's more subtext to why Ripley cares so much about this kid. The Abyss also, and I plan to do a full segment on this at some point. The Abyss has one of my favorite ever lines of dialogue delivered by an extra.
What was it?
Have you seen it, the movie?
I have not. You told me about it. But
so I won't spoil anything, but due to the events of the plot, like the Cold War is heating up again because it was the late 80s, and like, we're on the brink of war again. And so there's a scene where they're watching TV and they're doing like man on the street interviews with people about what they think about the potential nuclear war. And one of the extras says, "I don't get it, man. I mean, they love their kids too, right? So why are we doing this?" And like that's his only line in the fucking movie. It's like, God damn, that's a great line to give to an extra.
Yeah, that is a good line to give an extra.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that scene is only in the director's cut. Actually, Cameron insists on calling it the special edition and not the director's cut. And he explained that the reason why is because he doesn't want to give the impression that he was unsatisfied with the theatrical cut.
Is that, like, because isn't a director's cut just a recut by the director instead of a producer?
Basically, in the case of The Abyss, what it was that they were running short on time and also going over budget. So they said, "Can you cut some shit to make this like not an absurdly long movie?" And he said, "Fine." Because the director's cut of it is like almost 3 hours. It's like 2:45. The theatrical is more like 2:20.
Yo, I am so tired of people thinking that I won't sit for a long movie. I went and did the whole Barbenheimer.
I did too, but I did it at home because I was lazy. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I went and did that with
crazy idea. The director's cut should be the actual movie. Capitalism kicks art in the nuts. True.
Chill. Whoa. No actual whoa, that take is too hot.
For Alien, the director's cut is actually not. The director's cut was actually not the director's cut because Ridley Scott didn't think anything about the original version of Alien was missing. Yeah, that's true. They asked him to do a director's cut for the DVD, and he was like, "I mean, I liked the original, but all right, fine, I'll recut it a little."
Asked you to do it. Is it? I don't understand this term. This term really seems dumb.
It varies a lot. Of course, it's often used as like a marketing tool too. It depends. So like in the case of James Cameron's stuff, it's the director's cut just because he puts back in subplots he had to cut for time. It was almost always for time too. Because like basically from Terminator onward, he could more or less get the studio to agree to anything he wanted. Increasingly so with each movie. In fact, the reason he got to finish the Abyss director's cut was because right after doing The Abyss, he did a little indie film called Terminator 2 Judgment Day, which was then the biggest hit in the world. And after that, the studio was basically willing to give him literally anything he wanted. So he said, "Will you give me like a couple $100,000 to hire back the animators to finish The Abyss?" And they're like, "All right, fine." It also helps with The Abyss that the director's cut was only done like 2 years later. So, like, there's no fucking glaring ass CG effects like when you watch the remastered Star Trek on Paramount.
Oh.
Yeah, which is obnoxious, but like, whatever. Blade Runner Impact has 5 cuts if you include the work print. And I own all 5 because I bought the 30th anniversary Blu-ray that comes with all 5.
You know, I don't buy movies because you buy enough for me. You buy enough for all of us.
True. Well, so the reason why is because I'm unk. I'm old enough that streaming didn't always exist, and then it did for a while, and then fucking all the companies, especially Warner Brothers, started taking a blowtorch to their IP. So I was like, all right, anything I care about, I need to own on disc.
Are you implying I'm not unk? Listen, I'm just cool unk because
True.
yo ho 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 da, 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 da.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's always that option, but like, then sometimes you get like a shitty picture quality or whatever. Or...
Nah, man, it's like that song by Shaggy because that was not me.
I remember with Halloween, when I tried to do that with the original Halloween, I could not find a fucking copy where the sound was actually properly in sync.
Oh yeah, no, that's just not a problem I experience.
It's rare. It was just that one movie because they were all sourced from the same fucking guy. Better get ready. Physical media is going to be very popular when AI gets onto the streaming sites. There's a distinct possibility the bubble pops before it can go on there, and I really hope so. Because fuck AI right in its asshole.
We all love AI. What do you mean?
I don't love AI, and I'm a better person than other people for having never used it. Like, sorry, if you use ChatGPT, you're not the same kind of human being I am. Fuck AI, damn straight poetry, Blue. Yeah, it's like I fucking hate to sound like a boomer because they used to say this about TV and shit, but like using AI does literally turn you stupid.
Like, I have such mixed feelings when it comes to this. Because, like, I get you. I really do. But, like, for untold millennia, rich people have just been exploiting the labor of poor people to do shit they didn't want to do and throwing money at them. And poor people can't afford fucking secretaries. They can't afford a cleaner. And I have mixed feelings because I kind of want these people to have the same availability to get mundane tasks like over and done with.
That's true, but you can accomplish that shit with like computers. And I get that like there's different types of AI, so using like the term AI really is not specific enough to have a coherent conversation. But like if we're referring to it in its colloquial definition of like generative language learning models, like yeah, those should just fucking be illegal. Like they're actual like brain damage machines, basically.
I mean, yeah, they're just echo chambers with extra steps. It's
yeah, because like AI also refers to like the computer controlled enemies in a fucking PS2 game.
Well, I was about to say, like, can I not have NPCs? Am I not allowed? Okay, am I not allowed to have the old paperclip on my PC help me out with some stuff? Like,
I actually never liked Clippy, but like, fair enough if you do.
I mean, I don't know. It's just like, what are we trying to get rid of here specifically? Because like.
Oh, and something that is clearly not being fixed about it, despite their claims that this is the worst it'll ever be, dude, is the fact that AI constantly fucking hallucinates and just makes things up and gets basic information wrong.
Oh, absolutely.
Like the other day, I was Googling like the return date for some show, like, I don't know, some show that's been off for a little while. Like, oh, do we have a return date for the next season of Gen V or whatever? And it literally, like, the AI overview was like, Season 3 of Gen V is expected to air in January of 2024. And I'm like, really? Is it?
But, like, doesn't that AI overview just come from pretty much a shitty Google search?
Supposedly, yes. But then every now and then it just makes things up. Yeah, and it also made several children kill themselves. That is true. It's the fact that it pretends to be a person and lies and even flirts with people. Yeah, definitely.
Well, that's terrible. That's like terrible.
The fact that like 7-year-olds can fucking get ChatGPT to like sext with them is disgusting.
That's true.
Yeah. Like,
Well,
Sam Altman needs to be tried at the fucking Hague. Like, sorry, he just does. He's a demon from hell. They're trying to do what they did with Uber, and it's like the same fucking people who did it, where they just want to ram it into every aspect of your fucking life to make you dependent on it, and then fucking jack up the price. Also, don't ever say grape in my chat again. I'm not, because if you say grapist, you better be referring to the whitest kids you know skit. We use big boy words here. And yes, Sam Altman did molest his sister. Allegedly, but you know,
man,
it's believable.
Man, you can't just move off that too quickly. No, dude, we're bringing up the whitest kids you know getting graped in the mouth, bro.
Every time someone uses grape as a fucking stand-in for rape, I picture the fucking rapist. Like, they have robbed my ability to take any discussion seriously if they bring up that word.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever said this on stream.
It's not Fed posting to use the term rape in the comments, especially if you're condemning it.
We're not supporting heinous acts out here. We're condemning them.
Though I would support trying Sam Altman at the Hague, but that's not very heinous.
Well, no, that's just acknowledging war crimes, and we got to do that.
Yeah. AI generates fake cute animal videos, and that sucks ass. Yeah, I can go look at a real video of cute animals.
Okay. Anus acts?
Anus acts.
What?
Yeah. I guess that was written somewhere. I don't know. I'm actually, like, almost fucking perfect at spotting AI, and maybe that won't always be true, but for now, like, with one or two exceptions, I can spot it every fucking time.
Well, yeah, I mean, like...
The only time I can't is if somebody uses... The only time I can't is if somebody uses it to Photoshop a real photo I've seen, then I might not notice for a second, but if it's a video, I'm noticing it the second they're moving.
Yeah, so we're talking like deep fakes and shit. Yeah,
it's a lie machine. Yeah, it really is. It's a fucking lie machine.
I'm just saying, I occasionally like something that can keep track of my grocery list when I'm making a bunch of recipes.
Yeah, and that's great, but your Notes app can already do that.
Yeah, but it can't, like, go back to the other things I've already inputted and, like, reference them.
No, but my brain and hands can do that. I don't need a fucking machine to think for me. I can think.
I know, but that's like not using a calculator because I could do the math. You are correct.
Well, so that's actually a valid comparison because if I'm trying to do the math as a thought exercise, I don't want the fucking calculator doing it for me.
Well, yeah, 100%, but I'm not trying to do a thought exercise. I'm trying to do my groceries for the week. I'm trying to get chores done. I'm trying to move
That's the
around.
biggest thought exercise in the world to me because I'm a fat fuck. Yeah, but I'm a fat fuck. I need to know I'm getting the right shit. So making my grocery list is the biggest thought exercise I engage in all day.
Well, I'm gonna cross-reference it and stuff, but like...
Making videos out of pictures, creepy. Yeah, did you see that fucking thing where they were advertising, like, they can take a photo of a dead loved one and make a video out of it? Like, don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm very upset about that whole concept because, okay, so... You have me on social media. My profile pic is of a Halloween costume I did a couple years back. And
yeah, you in like the woods and shit.
Yeah. So I'm fucking. I was scrolling down Facebook the other day, and like it literally is. It just is like animate your profile pic, and it's me like moving and shit. I'm like, that video doesn't exist. Nope. I hate that. I didn't consent to this. This is terrible.
They literally did a fucking Black Mirror episode about how you shouldn't use technology to resurrect dead people because it'll never do it right and it'll just damage you.
Yeah, but like, it's bad when the creator of Black Mirror has come out and been like, I don't really know what to do anymore, guys. You're living what I used to write. So like,
I'm going to ask this question even though I know the answer. Did you watch the Ironheart series on Disney Plus?
I'll be real with you. I don't even know what that is.
That's what I thought the answer would be. By spinning their wheels for the last 6 years. So, the Ironheart show Did you see the second Black Panther movie?
That's the one where it's still Black Panther? Or is that the one where they changed the Black Panther?
It sure is Black Panther. It's got Namor and Atlantis and all that shit.
I've watched bits and pieces of it. I did not watch the whole thing.
Okay. It's fairly good by Marvel movie standards. I mean, it's Ryan Coogler. It can only get so shitty. So one of the supporting characters in it is Ironheart, or Riri Williams, who's like a tech genius MIT student who built their own Iron Man suit in their fucking garage and shit. Because she's like a genius, right?
Tony Stark built it in a cave.
Yeah, I mean, in her case, she built it in a garage with a box of scraps. But like, yeah, she literally did like build her own Iron Man suit because she's that brilliant. So they did a mini series about her on Disney Plus, and it was like, for the most part, it was fine. It did have Mephisto finally fucking show up, played by Sacha Baron Cohen of all people.
Wait, what? You mean Borat?
Yeah, Sacha Baron Cohen plays Mephisto. Yeah, he's fairly good too. Like, he does a fairly good job with it.
I'm really surprised that like you aren't just like calling him what he should be called, Mephisto. Well, sorry, couldn't help it.
Mephisto.
Yeah.
So like the series overall had some cool elements, like, oh, the mix of mad science and magic. Like, oh, that's cool. But the thing that fucking well, yeah, no, not in one character. It's like magic versus mad science. Like, that's cool.
That's just Dr. Doom.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying it's the first time I've ever seen it, but it's still nice to see.
I just want Dr. Doom.
But the thing that drove me up the fucking wall the whole show is that her, she had like a best friend who died in an accident like a few years earlier or whatever. And due to some fucking timey-wimey like sci-fi brain bullshit,
sure,
she accidentally creates an AI duplicate of her dead best friend. And that's like her Jarvis, right? But the whole fucking time I'm like, it's not her. It's based on your memories of her. So it's filtered through that lens. And I wrote as my little letterboxed review, I really hated that the whole series treated an AI like it was a person. And then I wrote, wait, is this what being racist feels like?
Yeah, no, if there's something I adore, it is the internet's
I have not watched very much Doctor Who Poetry Blue. Nick, have you watched any Doctor Who?
A little bit.
Okay.
I've seen more like individual cool episodes just because it's like they're like, oh, yeah, like statues that move. Well, yeah, I mean, if it's fuck all clankers, that includes Jarvis, and here's one that includes R2. Fuck all AI includes R2.
So here's the thing. Jarvis is a different category because he's loosely based on Tony's childhood butler. He's not literally an attempt to recreate him. He's basically just named after him.
Yeah, but he's an AI.
Well, he is, but that's not my problem. Jarvis, until like the Vision shit happens, which is its own whole bag of worms, or can of worms, I guess. Jarvis is never really treated as a person. He's treated as an exceptionally advanced computer, one advanced enough to have conversations with. That's a different thing. The Ironheart show literally talks about her friend like she's her friend brought back to life. No, she's not. Oh, and so, spoilers. So at the end of the series, Riri makes a deal with Mephisto to resurrect her friend because the AI got fried by some bullshit. And she thought she was bringing back the AI version. Instead, she accidentally brings back the real version of her, which is like, oh shit, that's even better. But it's like, wait a minute, you were selling your fucking soul to bring back your goddamn AI?
I'm more curious about the fact of what access does Satan have into your computer?
Well, Satan can warp reality, basically, so I don't know.
I guess I'm just saying it's kind of funny. Where like,
yeah, I don't know. That last episode is where the show fucking lost me.
Satan as Chinese hackers, like
I guess I don't know. And also the other thing with Jarvis, and this is me admitting my bias here, when I first saw Jarvis, AI didn't fucking clog my entire Facebook feed, so I wasn't so hostile to the concept of it yet.
What I'm hearing is that your house clanker. Like, everyone's
well, I don't want it to be, but yeah.
Everyone's allowed a few good clankers, you know? Like,
I mean, I don't even have a fucking Alexa, so I don't want any house clankers.
I mean, I do use one of those because I like a voice activated alarm clock and speaker.
Yeah, that's fine. Good. I'm not judging you. I just don't like them. I don't want to have to fucking talk every time I want to turn something on. What if my throat is dry? What if my jaw hurts? I don't even like using fucking speech to text. I want to type with my goddamn hand.
But what if I have a headache and I don't want to look at the screen?
Like I don't know. I mean, in the case of speech to text, you still have to look at the screen because you have to hold it up, but...
Fair.
Yeah, so the AI in the fucking Ironheart thing does think it's alive, but it admits that it's only based... It's not a resurrection of whatever her name was. It's just, like, a facsimile of how you remember her.
Is this one of those things where, like, the computer's so advanced that it grows? And so, like, maybe it, like, becomes a person?
Well, that's the thing. That's why she ultimately starts to accept it, because it will become a person. I don't even have a problem with that. I have a problem with them treating it like it's the same person. It's not. It's a new person who looks like her.
If anything, treat it like a transporter clone accident.
That's almost how the other characters perceive this character, and that I was a little more willing to get on board with.
I mean, that just makes
unfortunately sense. Also, Ironheart wasn't like the best thing ever to begin with for other reasons. Like, it was fine. It had some cool stuff in it.
I mean, it sounds like it had some problems though.
That was my big one. The rest were all just the same problems all Marvel shit has. Which, like, I don't know, if you're gonna watch Marvel shit, you just kind of have to get on board with the quips and with the, like, semi-cheap effects. And
actually, speaking of AI and Marvel, didn't everyone flip out over a fake trailer?
It wasn't a fake trailer. It was that the version of the trailer that leaked was such shitty quality that it was really hard to interpret what the fuck was happening because it was like a cam rip. So somebody used AI to recreate it.
Huh.
Which is still shitty, but like, all right, they didn't make that trailer up. They were just recreated it by describing into the prompt what they saw on the screen. And they today released the official version on YouTube, and it looks pretty similar to the AI. So whoever made the AI did at least pay attention to what he was watching.
Do I have to see something that's going to make me sick? Dr. Doom without his fucking mask on?
He wasn't in the trailer. The trailer was only like a minute long, and it was just of Steve. So.
Okay, because if I see this dude without his fucking mask on, I'm going to go and just like WWE slam a trash bin because I'll be so upset.
Well, did you see the new Fantastic Four movie?
I started it.
It was actually surprisingly good, but the post-credit scene of it, we see Doom from behind holding the mask in his hand, but we don't see his face. So,
well, that's fine. That's fine. I just you can't see his face.
I really fucking hope that what they did was that they're purposefully fucking with us and making us, because everyone's thinking, oh god, they're going to make Doom a Tony Stark variant. I really hope what they're doing is letting us think that, and then when the movie comes out, they just give us a straight Doom. But I don't have enough confidence in them that that's what they're going to do. It's just what I'm hoping they do.
I don't understand this Tony Stark variant Doom nonsense, because, like...
It doesn't exist until now.
It makes more sense where Robert Downey Jr. was like, yeah, just kind of feel like I did this character. Good job.
Exactly. I really hope that's what they're doing. I hope they're just taking advantage of the fact that he wears a mask to do like a completely wacky out of left field thing. I really hope so. I really hope they're smart enough to do that.
Like just Doom being Doom, Victor Von Doom, simple shit.
I fucking hope, because I don't mind them reusing the actor if it's a different character. I mean, Christ, how many fucking different roles did Jeffrey Combs play across Star Trek?
Hell, I don't mind at all. Plus, you can't see his face. It is the ultimate choice.
Yeah.
It's like,
you can't look up any superhero trailer on YouTube without finding 1,000 AI versions uploaded by random ass bot channels. True. They are not. I really hope they are. I don't think they are, but I really hope they are. I think it'll probably be a fucking Stark variant, but I really hope they do something more clever than that.
What? But would Robert Downey Jr. even want to do that?
I mean, for the amount of money they offered him, I think he'd be willing to eat a turd on camera.
I mean, he's already gotten like a decent bag. It's not like he needs the bag.
No, but like, I mean, trust me, if somebody backed $100 million worth of money out of a dump truck into my driveway, I'd probably fucking consider coming back too. Now, granted, as much as people joke like, oh, now he gets to do real movies, he does have genuine affection for the Iron Man character to some extent. I don't know if it's enough to come back without a hefty paycheck, but
I mean,
he does feel like to some extent.
There's affection for the character when the character was doing shit other than just fucking being there.
Well, true, but what I mean is like, you know, Iron Man is the movie that fucking revitalized his life. So like, I get why he holds some lingering fondness for Tony Stark. The only version of Doctor Doom that didn't show his face was the 90s version in live action. Yeah, that's true. I saw him at a play in Lincoln centered around AI. That's cool.
Robert Downey Jr. in a play about AI?
I guess, yeah. I mean, he does do plays. I knew that. With the amount of money he has, he likes to do weird artsy shit now, so.
Very Daniel Radcliffe-y.
Oh, yeah, I love that Daniel Radcliffe has spent his entire post-Harry Potter career just, like, doing fucking weird shit.
I mean, he did weird.
Yeah, he did. I didn't even mean to make that pun, but he did. Even before he was done playing Harry Potter, he was doing weird shit in, like, in between movies.
Yeah, like I think it was right before the last one came out. They're like, why is Daniel Radcliffe naked at some club in New York doing shows?
That was actually way before. I think he might. I mean, so the age of majority in the UK for a lot of stuff is 16. So he might have been over 16, but I don't think he was over 18 when he first got nude on stage for that Equus play. That's not really sexual, so I don't know if that's a problem, but
I think it's different there. It's on some like Blue Lagoon type shit.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I know that for a lot of things, the age of majority in the UK is 16, not 18. So that does, to some extent, change it depending on where he was doing the play.
But is the age of majority the law that we're using here, or is it not like something else?
Well, I mean, I am not super into the whole 16-year-olds getting naked in movies thing, but if it's like a British movie and they're over the British age of consent, like I have to, to some extent, go, oh, all right, at least that kind of makes sense, even if I'm not really into it.
I'm not into it if it's like trying to be weird, but like if we're on something like One of the Flies, children are children. Like,
yeah, that's obviously a different thing. Famously, Thora Birch for American Beauty had to have like parental permission to show her boob for that one scene.
Famously, we've all seen that baby's dick on the Nirvana cover.
Yeah, or Baby Kal-El's dick in the original Superman movie.
Yeah, you know, like I've seen that baby's dick, and it's fine because, like,
yeah,
it's just it's not like that. It's just there.
Yeah, like whatever, fucking baby's naked. All right, fine.
Exactly. I think if that's the vibe we're going for.
The only reason I think of it is because the age Daniel Radcliffe was, if I remember correctly, when he did that Equus play, was right around the age adult women started thirsting over him.
Oh, man.
Which was like 16. So I'm like, oh.
I mean, it's a lot better than poor Biebs.
Oh, God, yeah.
Poor Biebs, bro.
I am proud to say that when I hated Justin Bieber in middle school, I hated him for legitimate reasons.
You were just listen. I was a young man who liked young women who liked another young man. So I'm like, time to hate.
I didn't even care about that because there were like other pop stuff, like One Direction or whatever. Like all the girls were into them, and I was like, well, I don't like their music, but whatever. I didn't take it fucking personally, but I did with Justin Bieber and the Jonas Brothers. Can you guess what thing they both did that made me fucking hate them?
Is this like a religion thing?
Yes. No, I'm not kidding. It like when I first learned who Justin Bieber was when I was like 13 years old, I was like, all right, he sings pop songs, whatever. But then when he started fucking talking about Jesus in every goddamn interview, I like actually got mad, and I'm like, all right, now I actually fucking hate this guy.
Nah, but like I thought, okay, in hindsight, dude, what else do you do when you're 15 and you have a bunch of 30 and 40-year-olds asking you about sex and shit? You play a chess move where you're like, I'm going to bring up Jesus, and now you're going to feel weird.
That's fair.
Fuck it.
But I was 13 and I didn't understand that. So at the time, I was like, fuck you.
Fair.
Well, it was also not helped that it was making the fucking girls around me, not religious, but it was making them like more welcoming to the idea of Christianity. And I'm like, dude, I'm already having enough trouble getting any fucking pussy, and you're trying to make these girls Catholic? Fuck you. Listen, actually, not even Catholic, like fucking Baptist or evangelical or whatever.
He's making one less atheist girl, and
yeah, and that's a problem for me personally.
I can tell. It just comes back. It just wraps back to the girls.
Yeah, the Jonas Brothers in particular pissed me off because they, as Poetry Blue points out here in the comments, they wore the fucking purity rings and talked about them in like corporate interviews about their fucking show, and it's like, all right, you're not even doing it off the clock. Yeah. Like if you're fucking religious off the clock, like fine, whatever. Fucking Mr. Rogers was religious off the clock, and he's one of my favorite people. But when you're like I not that I'm like a Camp Rock fan, but like if I'm watching the fucking interviews about the Camp Rock movie, I want to hear about the movie. I don't want to hear about your fucking purity horse shit. I don't want to hear about your fucking magical sky daddy who's telling you can't jack off. I want to hear about fucking Camp Rock.
I just love that you're like, yeah, you know, I'm sure the Jonas Brothers have autonomy about what we talk about in interviews.
Again, I was 13 years old. I didn't understand that.
Child Disney stars in interviews always look like hostages in those videos where they're like, I am being treated very well.
It is notable if you go, you might have even seen this, if you go on the Wikipedia article listing like celebrities who wore purity rings, it has a little asterisk saying this indicates these celebrities have since advocated against using purity rings as adults. And almost every celebrity on the list had the asterisk.
Yeah, because children don't advocate for this.
Yeah, I mean, they get brainwashed. And some of them, the brainwashing keeps when they're adults.
I don't even think it's brainwashing as much as like my parents are getting a check for me being a child actor.
Yeah.
And like I listen to my parents, and like they tell my parents, give your kid this fucking ring and tell him to say this line or you don't get the bag. And then my parents are like,
one of the Jonas Brothers in not a recent interview, but like maybe a couple years ago, when they brought up the purity ring things, he had kind of like the self-effacing, like, yeah, it was kind of silly. And he's kind of like, I don't know why I did that. None of us were following them at all.
I've seen this, yeah.
Yeah, like he was just openly like, yeah, none of us were staying pure. I don't know why we fucking agreed to do that.
I mean, I don't know why anyone ever thought that any of that was real. I just never.
I was a kid. I took them at face value. Like I didn't understand that there was such a thing as a religious grift to secular people.
I guess I always just took it on the line of I'm watching Disney and these are actors. So anything that's happening is an act.
Nothing screams I spent all my money on drugs like the Jonas Brothers trying to make a comeback in 20. 25. Hey, let's be fair. They could also be very bored. And didn't one of them just get divorced? I feel like that's going to cost them a lot of money.
Probably Joe.
Whichever one was married to Priyanka Chopra, I think they just got divorced.
Maybe Nick. I don't fucking know.
I don't know. I know Priyanka Chopra because she's been in some stuff I've seen, but I don't know the fucking Jonas Brothers. I know Nick and Joe, and I don't even remember the other one's name.
Kevin.
Isn't there a fourth who's not part of the band who just has like a normal ass life? Or did I fucking make
Kevin's
that up?
name isn't actually Kevin. That's like a fake name.
Yeah. It's like Will Smith's fucking third kid who just has a normal ass life and is therefore like never mentioned ever.
I like when people bring up that child to point out how fucking weird is Jaden and Willow Smith then if they did not have to become that.
Well, to be fair, the first one I think he had before he was famous, or when he was like only starting to become famous. Because I think his oldest kid would have been born in like 93, so that was like the very start of him being famous.
So it was before his life got flipped, turned upside down.
Literally, yeah. It was certainly before he was with Jada Pinkett Smith. As much as I know.
Okay, sorry.
As much as it's fun to shit on Willow and Jaden Smith for like doing their stupid shit, especially Jaden Smith, I gotta give him credit for one thing, which was that when Shane Dawson made that creepy ass fucking video pretending to jack off to Willow Smith, Jaden like went into full Big Brother mode and was like, "I will fucking kill you if you don't issue an apology."
So I low key like Jaden Smith. I think he's always 100% himself. And so,
because for better or worse,
he always swings 100%, and some of the swings are terrible. There's one in particular that
next time After Earth.
No. Next time me and you have a whole watch night, we're gonna get into this. Did you know Jaden Smith has an anime?
Yeah, you've told me about it. How it's fucking nuts and weird and everything.
It is. It's so like it's like room level so bad it came back around.
I remember I said to AK Hirsch years ago because I know him in real life. I said we were talking about Willow and Jaden Smith, and or about Will Smith really, and I was like, all right, look, every parent who loves their kids thinks that their kid is the most brilliant artist ever. But Will Smith, like, actually thinks it.
Will Smith believes, okay? And like, I mean,
yeah.
There were occasional...
Which is, in all honesty, probably a good thing. He was probably a very kind and supportive father.
I mean, Will Smith was trying to make a new acting dynasty family. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. And he half succeeded.
I mean, well, Pursuit of Happiness works really well because young Jaden, that's his dad.
Oh, the two of, I mean, Will Smith is always good. Like, even though I don't love his movies, he's always good in them. And Jaden Smith, for a 6-7-year-old actor, was fucking shockingly good in that movie. Was he 7?
I thought he was younger, actually, but
the character's about 5. I think he was more like 6 when they shot it, and then maybe 7 when it came out. But I mean, either way, like, he gives a surprisingly good performance for an actor who's like in first grade. Oh yeah, and the Karate Kid remake wasn't too bad either. I mean, I didn't love it, but he was good in it.
Yeah.
Who amongst us would be who we are today had we grown up forced to be famous by an insane narcissistic parental couple? That is true. Like, I mean, John Mulaney has the famous bit about Mick Jagger. Like, hearing stadiums full of people chant your name like you're a god for 50 years is going to change you, whether you want it to or not.
No.
I mean, it changed John Mulaney, kind of. A little bit.
No.
Which part are you saying no to?
No. Oh, just that. I mean, I don't know if it changed John Mulaney. I think cocaine changed John Mulaney.
Well, that's kind of what I'm joking. Really, what happened was that being as famous as he was allowed him to relapse. But
yeah, just cocaine.
Well, he in general has like substance abuse problems because his thing was alcohol back like when he was young. And like occasionally other drugs were sprinkled in. And then when he relapsed, he picked cocaine as the one to relapse on.
Cocaine era John Mulaney gave us some real good gems, though. We like, I don't. There's eras of some artists on drugs, and I'm not saying get back into drugs, guys, because that's not good.
Oh yeah,
that you've moved on with your life, but I am thankful for the period of time when you were on drugs.
Yeah, Robin Williams. Like Robin Williams gets a lot of respect for me for the fact that he's equally funny when he's not on drugs. What is true, though, if you go back to his coke era, is that he wasn't funnier, but he was funny so fast that you would miss jokes because you were still laughing at 4 jokes ago.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna get crucified on for this one. Robin Williams, overrated. He's funny.
So that's the thing. Yes and no. He is overrated in the sense that he was in plenty of shitty comedy movies and even some not so great dramatic movies. But his stand-up is as funny as everyone says.
Oh, his stand-up's hilarious, but it always just feels like cocaine. It's like him and Bob Saget are just wind-up dolls.
Well, later Robin Williams, maybe not later, but like 80s, 90s era Robin Williams is great for the fact that he's not on coke anymore, but he's still just as funny.
Okay, true. I guess I haven't seen enough of that.
He's just as funny. It's just now he's funny slowly enough that you don't miss jokes.
Yeah, but is he still like walking in the audience, grabbing someone's drink, stealing your girlfriend, and then like just doing weird crowd work shit?
It's a little less extreme because he's not committing like sexual harassment, but like he'll walk into the audience and like high five people and shit.
Okay, so
he's just not like ripping them out of their seats because now he's at the kind of venues where that's not really acceptable.
It's like, but I'm glad there was an era where he was doing that.
He also, I almost like his dramatic work more because he's done a couple of dramatic movies that were so fucking good that they were almost better to me than his stand-up.
It's the dramas where I get pissed, actually. Dead Poet Society, bad movie. Bad movie.
I have not watched it in a decade. I remember liking it, but
I've never felt like seeing something so insanely privileged as supporting these fucking rich kids ripping up textbooks. That just hurts me on an
You're not wrong.
Level.
And you went to one of those fucking schools when you were in middle school, so I get how like you have very particular feelings about it.
And then don't forget later the weird cultural appropriation. Let's just all like powwow around a fire because there's no other way to experience boyhood other than like turning into a stereotype. I don't know, man. Like
to be fair, the movie is a period piece, so it fits a little more in past eras. To be fair.
That's true. That's true. I guess I'm just saying it's not like I see anything in that movie that Robin like does that I'm like, oh, this isn't pissing me off.
Honestly, you know what the movie of his is that I think of for basically it's the perfect showcase of both his comedic and dramatic skills is The Fisher King.
Okay.
The Fisher King is a fucking amazing movie.
Good Morning Vietnam's also overrated.
That's a good one, but I don't like it as much as Fisher King or Good Will Hunting or whatever.
I mean, it's been a long time since I saw Good Will Hunting. I know he's in it, but like, how big is his part?
I mean, didn't he get like supporting actor nomination? Big enough for supporting actor, I guess. I'd say he's like the second or third lead character.
Well, yeah, because it's Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Rob Williams, right?
It's mostly Matt Damon. Ben Affleck is kind of a supporting character.
But he gives the greatest line of the movie.
He does, yeah.
Which I'm giving it to him for, just for that.
Yeah, that's fair.
You like apples?
Yeah, do you know what Fisher King's about?
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say a fishing competition.
No.
Damn.
It's a Terry Gilliam movie. Yes, the Monty Python guy, but he did fucking 12 Monkeys in Brazil and a bunch of other like serious movies. Not that those movies are without comedy in them, but like they're comparatively serious.
Straight Knights of the Round Table. Okay.
So the Fisher King, it stars Jeff Bridges, and he plays a shock jock, like a Howard Stern type in New York.
Okay.
And he has like he's like a really brash, obnoxious fucking dickhead, both on and off air. And he has this regular caller who he kind of like sort of makes fun of, but in a way where someone who's not very socially aware would think that he's being your friend. You know, that kind of behavior. And this caller clearly has some kind of mental illness, or like certainly is uncomfortable around people. And he's complaining about like how some rich people moved into wherever. And Jeff Bridges goes on like a tirade about how yuppies are a bunch of obnoxious pieces of shit and someone needs to deal with them. And then he goes on with his day because it's the early morning radio show. So his day is over at like 11 a.m. So he goes on with his day. And then later that night, that caller walks into a fucking yuppie club and murders like 20 people with a shotgun.
That's not good.
Yeah. And so he won't admit it to himself till later in the movie after he's had character development, but he clearly feels guilty about what he thinks his role might have been. And it fucks his career up. And like, so everything's going to shit. And then he goes to the park and he's just like drinking in the park by himself. And some fucking like college age dudes think he's homeless and start beating him up to like, because they were going there to beat the shit out of a homeless guy because they're fucking pieces of shit.
I hate this.
And, well, so he's getting beat up, and then Robin Williams swoops in and rescues him. And Robin Williams is this fucking lunatic homeless dude who thinks he's a knight. Like, he has like a suit of armor. He's made out of trash can lids and shit. Wait. And he's got like a fucking like a sword. And
so he's Don Quixote.
But like Don Quixote taken up to 11.
Well, isn't that the
because
whole
Don Quixote? Well, Don Quixote wasn't homeless, but yeah.
I mean, I don't necessarily think property was considered in the same way in those.
Well, no, but like Don Quixote, wasn't he like wealthy? Wasn't that the point? Was that he was free to go off on a crazy adventure?
Okay, I guess I more mean he's like the fool, yeah,
sort of, yeah. So anyway, Robin Williams, though he be Don Quixote, like he successfully saves Jeff Bridges from the homeless guys because he like fights them off. He has like a sword. I forget what it was made of. It was made of like a sharpened fucking drainage pipe or like a lawnmower blade with duct tape. It was something weird. I don't remember.
And but he's like competent with this.
He competent enough to be a threat. Oh, it was a broomstick handle. That's what it was. He had a broomstick handle. He wielded as a sword, and he was apparently good enough at it that he fought the homeless guy, the rich guys off, the yuppies. And so Jeff Bridges decides that to both to clear his conscience and to pay this guy back to help him out. And I won't say how he helps him out because that's spoilers, but he decides to basically help him get his life together. And it's a fucking amazing movie because he acts like a nut. Robin Williams, Perry, Sir Perry is his name. He's a fucking lunatic. Like he's like cocaine era Robin Williams. He's always fucking talking. He's always yelling, "I love this fucking guy." He'll like get naked for no reason and roll around in the grass like a dog. But then we find out like why he's like this, and we find out like what his life used to be like before he was like this. And all the comedy shit drops out and it becomes a dramatic performance. And it is some of the most like emotionally touching, heart-rending, gut-wrenching fucking Robin Williams you'll ever see.
That reminds me of a Spacey film I watched recently.
That's unfortunate, but Spacey is a fucking good actor. He acted like he wasn't a pedophile for a number of years.
Absolute demon of a human being. I'm sorry, House of Cards just didn't work after. I'm sorry, man.
That's what I've heard. At least House of Cards, at least it lives on as the source of the Netflix to dumb noise, which I just learned the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was just like a random sound effect they used in season 1 of House of Cards, and then they were like, I like it.
It's been so long. I just kind of
I haven't even watched it. I just know the clip because Twitter talked about it. But
it really was a good show, and like I don't know, dude. Terrible person. Pretty decent.
So years ago, like you can tell by the year, one time I was birthday shopping for my dad, and so I got him a T-shirt that said Frank Underwood 2016 and had like the flag and everything.
That's great. Like,
because he was a big House of Cards fan, and he was like, nice, and he threw it in his rotation, and he wore it around all the time. But eventually, it became the Trump campaign started, and it looked vaguely similar to a Trump shirt. Not quite. Like if you actually read it, you'd know, oh, it's. But like if you caught a passing glimpse, you'd be like, that guy's a fucking Trump supporter. So he became kind of insecure about wearing it for a little while because he didn't want people to think he was a Republican.
See, I have a buddy who went the opposite route, where like he was the type that when the first Trump election came around, he like bought a red hat that had like other text on it.
Yeah, there's like the red one that says "Made you look, Black Lives Matter."
Yeah, or some shit like that. And like the thing was, how many people don't actually fucking read? Was the question that was coming up here.
The thing was also that my dad was still working at the time. He retired last year, but he was still working, and the place he was working at didn't have a dress code because it's full of computer coders, so they're all wearing T-shirts and jeans and shit. And so he didn't want people at work to think he was a Republican. But eventually, after Trump won and the campaign shit became no longer relevant, he decided, like, I guess there's no harm, and he started wearing it again in public because he made it one of his, like, I wear it to sleep shirts. So he starts wearing it in public again, and then we find out about Kevin Spacey. And then he just, like, quietly moves it back to the home-only drawer.
The character was a sleazebag, so it worked. You know what I'm saying?
It's become clear in hindsight that Kevin Spacey was the character and that Frank Underwood is the real person, because Kevin Spacey fucking acts and even sometimes talks like Frank Underwood now in like off-camera interviews and shit. Or
are you talking about his Christmas talks? Wait,
I was gonna bring that up, but
have we gotten a new one this year?
I don't think so. I think he stopped a few years ago. But
I need a new Christmas message from Kevin Spacey.
So
he like gives fireside chats.
So like 7, 8, 9 months ago, back when people thought woke was dead, they were very, very softly launching a Kevin Spacey comeback. Like some actual semi-mainstream movie agreed to cast him in a supporting role. And so he did some interview with like the news about that because they're like, hey, you've been out of here for 8 fucking years because of the whole pedo shit. Do you have anything to say about that? Do you have anything to say about coming back? And he gave all these answers. Maybe he doesn't have the accent, but he talks like fucking Frank Underwood now. Exclusively.
Well, you see.
Well, like I said, he doesn't do the drawl, but in terms of like the menace in his fucking eyes when he's talking, like that's just how he is now.
Yeah, dude, because he learned something from that show.
Yeah,
that show unlocked something within him. It's great. It's great.
I would say it turned him into a pedophile, but the allegation is from way before House of Cards existed. So,
listen, man. Okay, hear me out. This is so fucked. If I gotta live in a world where like my president's a pedophile, half my Congress is a pedophile, and like all these rich people who like profit off me are pedophiles, why can't I just like enjoy art with demons in it? I'm not.
I think you can.
I know they're terrible. I'm not like supporting their actions, but like, fuck, dude, taking away a movie and like a TV show from me isn't gonna fucking undo pedophilia. You're just making me not get more House of Cards.
I do agree generally, though there's some exceptions, like for really extreme cases, I'll actually fucking cut someone's art out of my life. But
well, I mean, if we're sure about this, let's get these motherfuckers in jail.
True. Superman Returns is a crazy rewatch, knowing what you know. That is true. And I'm never going to normalize living in a world run by demons. Good. You shouldn't. Yeah, I will normally, like, I separate the art from the artist is now a cliched term, but normally I'll do that. Like I still have Marilyn Manson shit in my fucking Spotify, and like I still like Rick and Morty even after Justin Roiland was an asshole. Like that kind of shit. For certain, there's a few extreme cases where I'm like, all right, I'm not listening to Gary Glitter. What Gary Glitter did was so horrific that I can't unhear it in his fucking music.
I guess I just make sure I don't do anything that would financially aid.
Well, exactly. That's what A.K. Hirsch is saying right here. If not actively supporting them. That is the good side of Spotify not paying its artists, is that you can listen to Marilyn Manson without the guilt of giving him money.
And all I'm saying is if you happen to ride the 7 Seas, it would never matter.
That is true, too.
It would never matter.
Yeah. Woody Allen's a big one for me. And granted, that's helped by the fact that I was never a big fan of his in general. But no, like, I will not watch any of Woody Allen's movies till he fucking dies. I'm sure Manhattan is great, but I heard what he did to his fucking daughter, and it shook me to my goddamn core, so.
Whoa. You mean his wife?
No, well, no, actually. Her, as far as we know, they didn't get together till she was an adult. No, the allegation is that he fucking molested his other daughter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no. He married one and molested the other. I guess I was saying the first one should have had you done.
Well, the molestation took place first.
Oh, of course it did.
That was the early 90s. As for his daughter wife, the thing they said to brush it off is that he never was actually her father. He just dated her mom, and it's like that's fair, but you knew her when she was.
He raised that child, so like
he didn't, but he was like a frequent presence in her life.
He was a male role model.
Yeah, exactly. Like he was the equivalent of like a close uncle.
Oh, you're so right, bro. Thank God I married my niece and not my daughter.
Well, no, I'm not justifying it. Trust me. I'm just saying, like, what they always point out is he was never technically her father, and I'm like, that's true, but he was her uncle essentially.
Yeah, but once you gotta once you have to say the sentence, technically he wasn't her father.
Yeah, exactly.
Just burn it.
Yeah, like I'm over here fucking wondering if it makes me a pervert to ask out a 23-year-old, and then fucking Woody Allen is banging his ex-girlfriend's 19-year-old daughter. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yo, all I'm saying is Woody Allen is like the inspiration for 90% of porn now. And
it goes both ways. There are artists I love who just don't make very good stuff. True, I also love Kevin Smith.
Whoa. What? Did you mean like any more?
Well,
like in general.
Yeah, Kevin's, and this is not really an indictment because he's free to do this with his money and free time, but he pretty much exclusively makes movies for his superfans now, which means that they're not really that great, but if you're really into Kevin Smith, you're going to have a good time.
After Clerks 3, I'm like, that's all we needed.
Yeah, I didn't like Clerks 3 very much.
Clerks 3 felt like it was for him.
Exactly. No, it was. It was him processing his PTSD from his heart attack. That's literally why Clerks 3 exists.
Yeah, it's like, good for you, dude. Like,
he had another Clerks 3 script that he tried to get made for years, and fucking several of the actors wouldn't do it. So he said Clerks 3 was fucking shelved, but then after the heart attack, he wrote a new script that they would do. They didn't want to do the old one because it ended with them getting killed in a fucking mass shooting.
He was not letting Clerks 3 be a happy movie, regardless. It was not.
Have you ever seen the original ending of Clerks 1?
Based off this conversation, I don't think so.
They shot it and everything. It's on the DVD. Clerks 1 was originally, like, there's the actual ending is, like, the Randall's a berserker, like that whole thing. Yeah. And then he just kind of, like, sits down or whatever, and then it ends. There's an entire extra scene where right after Randall leaves, a robber comes in, shoots him in the fucking heart, and steals all the cash from the register and runs out, and it ends with him bleeding out on the floor.
Please tell me that like he just says the line, "I wasn't even supposed to be here today."
He doesn't say it then, but you're thinking it.
Oh, that's great.
No, he had to be talked out of including that ending. Like I forget who, but I think it might have been one of the fucking people at Miramax was like, "Yo, that ending sucks. Cut that part out."
I love that ending.
It's an interesting thought experiment, but I wouldn't actually like it as the ending.
I mean, they've been saying to me the whole fucking movie he wasn't supposed to be here. And so, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. That would kind of be funny if, like, just at the end, it's like, no, it really sucks. Like,
yeah, I much prefer Clerks 2 as a finale to Dante and Randall's life.
You never go ass to mouth.
Yeah. For a long time, that was the page quote for the TV Tropes article for the Human Centipede.
Because it's such a good quote.
Yeah, it's true. You shouldn't.
Clerks 2 is the one where Randall's going through the ethics of working on the Death Star, right?
No, that's the first one.
Are you sure? I feel like I heard this in color.
No, I know for sure that it's the first one. I think they might reprise it briefly in the second, but no, the original is from the first.
In the second one, he's talking about Lord of the Rings.
Here's the first movie. You remember he's like, here's the first movie. Here's the second movie. I have never accomplished it in life, but it is a goal of mine to one day make somebody so mad they throw up.
I've made people cry.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I don't know if they threw up after they ran away. Boy. I mean, if you want to, you could probably do it to me pretty easily.
Yeah, but I don't want to do that because I don't want to watch it or think about it or make you go through it. So,
I mean, that's true.
Yeah, like that's something I reserve for people I hate. You know what? I actually, for a less disgusting and more embarrassing one, how about make him so mad he shits his pants?
That's so hard.
Yeah, because if you throw up in public, people assume you're sick. Whereas if something you've been poisoned or whatever. Whereas if you shit your pants in public, they just make fun of you.
So you essentially need to get someone just screaming like Goku and just boop.
Yes, I want to fucking, especially if I can make it happen over something as stupid as the argument from Clerks 2.
I mean, yeah, that'd be great. No, that'd be great.
Like, it'd be satisfying if it was like a years-long personal beef, but it'd be way more satisfying if it was someone getting fucking mad at me over Last Jedi.
Who is it that Kevin Smith made God in Dogma?
Alanis Morissette.
That's what I thought. Okay, it is Alanis Morissette.
She also briefly reprises the role in, I think, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Like, there's like one little scene right before the credits where we see her watching what they're doing.
Yeah, aren't the Dogma Angels in that somewhere?
Affleck and Damon, you mean?
Yeah.
They are in it. I don't think they're playing the Angels anymore, though. They're playing themselves now.
Okay, yeah.
Well, they're playing themselves and they're playing their respective characters from the previous movies, and they're playing their Good Will Hunting characters at one point in Good Will Hunting 2 Hunting Season.
That's okay. Good Hunting 2 Hunting Season.
Yeah, by the way, Kevin Smith does occasionally make movies not about these characters, and some of them have been good, and some of them have been really fucking stupid.
I think Mallrats is a fun movie.
Oh, yeah, I'm talking about outside of I think they call it the View Askew universe.
View Askew universe? Yeah.
Yeah, but like he made Red State, which was pretty good. Tusk, which is weird as fuck, but I was kind of into it. Yoga Hosers was terrible. That's generally considered his worst movie is Yoga Hosers.
Yeah.
What is he? He made one last year called the 4:30 movie that was like, it was nice. It's just a charming little like it was kind of autobiographical. It's about a teenager trying to go on a date with a girl to a movie, basically. And so it was clearly like loosely based on various first dates he went on, and like, all right, it had some heart to it.
So your voice has turned into a clanker.
Oh, is it better now?
No, I can't see you. and it's like some Mr. Roboto. Or maybe it's me, and I'm just having a stroke. That wouldn't be good.
We're just having a connection issue. It'll fix itself in a second.
Okie dokie.
How's it now?
I mean, just like wait a couple days like Easter, it'll solve itself.
Okay. My edible's fucking kicking in, and I want to watch goddamn Pluribus. I want to get plurbed.
What?
My edible's kicking in, and I want to watch Pluribus.
It's Pluribus time?
I mean, yeah, it's past 9, so... guys, we will not be streaming on Thursday because it's Christmas, but we are going to do a Boxing Day stream, regular time, Friday night at 8.
To be clear, Boxing Day is the day after Christmas. I know we live in Freedom Land, so we don't have to celebrate that. But
yeah, my grandpa was British, so we did celebrate it, and by celebrate it, I mean that we sat on our asses and played with our new toys all day.
I mean, you need a lock-in day to play with your toys as a child.
Yeah, especially when you're a kid. You get like 6 Lego sets. You gotta fuck with them all.
I need time to beat this entire video game that my parents spent their hard-earned money on.
True. I fucking my uncle got me Call of Duty last year, and like a few days he like sent it to the house because he wasn't there for Christmas, but then he came a few days later. And I was like, did I tell you about the troubles with Call of Duty? And he was like, oh God, no, what? Because he thought he'd gotten a defective one. And I was like, oh, no, it's just that I forgot about Call of Duty's patented 300 gigabyte update file.
Look on the bright side. It's not a new Call of Duty where you're fighting fucking kaiju, man.
Well, this actually was the newest Call of Duty last year.
Oh. Is that... Wait.
Yeah, this was last year when this happened.
I don't know when Call of Duty drops. Is that the one everyone's bitching about right now?
The one everyone's bitching about right now is the next one after that.
Okay.
That was Black Ops 6 last year. This that everyone's bitching about now is Black Ops 7.
Every time I hear that, I just grow a little older. Last time I played a Black Ops game, it was me and Ted on transit together. Like, times were good.
Which one was that?
That was Black Ops 2 Zombies, my dude.
Oh, okay. I never really played the zombie stuff. But yeah, I liked Call of Duty Black Ops 2 a lot. That's one of my favorites in the series. Yeah, the ones they do now are kind of... Well, this one I'm actually not excited for, but this one is actually a sequel to 2. Like, David Mason is back and everything. So it's like, all right, I actually want to see that.
Did you ever do the super nerdy thing in Black Ops 1?
Which one?
So I did this often because I think it's great. So I think a lot of people know how you can break out your binds in the title screen. Go and play 5.
Yeah.
That computer lets you play Zork on it for some reason.
Oh yeah, I love that.
So I've sat there playing too much Zork inside of Call of Duty. It's great.
Yeah, I always give those like a little try at least, even if I don't play the whole thing.
Fair.
2 things I need to discuss before I go, though. 1, I started watching Star Trek the Animated Series because I finished the original. And it's basically just season 4.
Yeah.
Which is not a bad thing.
Yeah, it's just Star Trek.
Yeah, well, now it has the advantage of being able to have crazy-looking aliens because, it doesn't cost extra to draw that.
So it's less just minorities in space now?
Well, so they brought back Shatner and Nimoy and DeForest Kelly and James Doohan. And so Leonard, the first couple episodes were actually recorded like radio play style with them all in the room together. And so Nimoy shows up and he says, "Where are George and Nichelle?" And they said, "Oh, we're not going to hire them back. We're going to save money by just having James Doohan and Majel Barrett do their voices." And then Nimoy said, "No, absolutely not. Not only are they my friends whom I'm loyal to, who could use the money, they are also the 2 minorities in space that show us the sign of a brighter future. You can't recast them, and I'm not coming back till you do." And he just walks until you bring them back, and he walks the fuck out. So between needing to get the show off the ground and the writers actually feeling a little guilty because they hadn't thought of it, they called George Takei and Nichelle Nichols and brought them back in, and Nimoy said, "All right, I'm happy to come back now." And he came back and did the whole show, happily.
Do you think it was hard for Leonard Nimoy to fit the wheelbarrow in like the elevator and like get up and down the stairs? I mean, because just carrying those nuts had to be such a fucking challenge.
Yeah, I know, right?
Jesus Christ.
Famously, he invented both the Vulcan hand salute and the Vulcan nerve pinch. Those were both just things he came up with.
Because he knows his character.
Well, this thing was just because the script needed a hand signal, and he'd been to like an Orthodox Jewish temple where they did this, so he's like, "Oh, I'll just do that," and it caught on. The nerve pinch thing was actually semi-ideologically based. Not really, but it was a combination of I don't like violence in general, and Spock isn't really a violence guy.
If there's something I know, it's that it's ideologically based.
That is true too, because the script just says Spock knocks him out. And Nimoy read that. He's
on the head.
Yeah, he's like, that's not a really Spock-like way to fight.
Spock wouldn't do that. Spock just
But yeah, so when I say that they can have crazy aliens, what I mean is that the one actor they couldn't bring back was Walter Koenig because they just a cut had to be made. They had no budget for this fucking show.
Fair.
But in exchange, they did buy one of his scripts. So one of the episodes was actually written by him. Like Nimoy called them and was like, "Hey, why don't you write us one? I can get them to accept it. Pay you back for the fact that you're not in it." But so in Chekhov's place, they have this like 6-limbed alien creature thing, like some orange thing with like insect tendrils. It's like, whoa, what the fuck is that? That's awesome.
It's fucking sick.
Yeah, it has 3 arms and 3 legs. It's not insectoid like that. It's like fucking asymmetrical.
Did you know what else it has 3 of?
I wonder. The Klingons supposedly have 2.
Oh, not supposedly. That's a fact. That's a fucking fact. That's 2 cocks.
Yeah, because that was like a joke in the fandom for a while, and then eventually it was made canon, I guess.
Yeah, well, it got brought up once, and like we were just like, wait, what? And then like, it just became like an actual thing, which it's funny because it makes you consider.
Because I saw, or Troy for that matter. Presumably they just take turns. But I saw that fucking thing from Discovery where the Klingons at the urinal and there's like 2 piss streams. Like I saw that.
There's so many things. It's great. But I think for a while the joke was, are they vertical or horizontal?
So there's one last thing I have to bring up because it's the Christmas season, because we were talking about Die Hard earlier and I meant to bring it up. Do you know who the unsung fucking hero of that movie is? And I'm not kidding.
Julia White.
No, Paulina.
Why?
So I didn't notice this till this time. So at the beginning of the movie, Holly calls Paulina and like has a whole conversation with her, and Paulina displays her stereotypical limited grasp of English. Of speaking it, that is. But she understands every word Holly says to her. Not a single fucking point of confusion. And I get that it's like a movie, it needs to happen, but
sure.
Like Holly will says like fairly complex sentences, and Paulina completely gets what she's going for. She then disappears from the movie because the movie takes place at Nakatomi Tower until Richard Thornburg shows up at the house wanting to interview the kids. And the scene starts with Paulina blocking the door and arguing with him. You'll notice she suddenly speaks way less English than she did earlier, which is a common tactic to make people underestimate you, is pretend that you are confused to like hope that they'll say fuck it and go away.
Bro, yeah, have you ever met a bilingual person? Like,
yeah.
Yeah, that's just people.
So she's seemingly pretending to speak less English than she does, and he's like yelling, and then he gets her to quiet down. He says, "You let me in that door, I'm calling the INS." And she suddenly is not pretending anymore. She drops it and gets very serious, and the look in her eye is apprehensive, but she's sizing him up. Like, she's not, oh, fuck, he's gonna fuck me. She's like, oh, that's how you want to fucking play this? Like, she's thinking about how to proceed next. Like, there's determination in her eyes, And then he decides, presumably he just did this to be effective, but maybe he actually meant it. Thornburg kind of drops the aggression and he says, look, this is probably the last time these kids will ever get to talk to their parents. And saying that is what got her to agree, to reluctantly say, all right, you can come in. But until then, I mean, maybe she still would have chickened out, but she was at least thinking about risking her immigration status to protect Holly's children.
Dude, threatening to call ICE is so fucked up.
Yeah. By the way, it shows how fucking uncontroversial making fun of those guys was in 1988, that we're supposed to think he's the asshole for threatening to call INS.
I mean, like, isn't that why they rebranded it?
Among other reasons, yeah. They also did change its duties and everything. Like it does mostly the same work, but like they changed jurisdictions around. Like that's usually what happens. That's what happened when the OSS became the CIA. Like, you know.
Well, that's also a dismantling of power, so they don't have as much wartime executing. Because like OSS got weird privileges from the president. So like if you still use that label,
yes,
you're pretty much in for bullshit. Not that the CIA did just.
But yeah, I actually was. Yeah, I don't want to get too into this because I want to go, but I did the other night have a conversation with a friend about how Die Hard is like. I mean, I was talking about how Die Hard 2's politics are based, but even the first one, while it's not as explicitly political, like obviously a cop is the hero, so it's not like Boots Riley movie, but like it's certainly anti-conservative because those look great, by the way.
Thanks.
Because it portrays the cops as being fucking stupid as shit. Like, other than John McClane, I mean, even Al has the incident where he injured or killed a child. I prefer to it. He doesn't say the kid died, so I interpret it as it was just a minor injury and he feels guilty about it. But Al hurt or killed a kid by accident. Everyone else is down from him. They're either trying to do the right thing but going about it wrong, or actively malicious in the case of the FBI guys, or fucking startlingly incompetent at their jobs in terms of the SWAT team. I mean, like when the firefight is going on with the terrorists, the cops try to resolve it by sending in the car, which is the big-ass fucking LAPD tank. And then it gets blown to shit because it tries to go up a staircase and gets stuck. Like, you don't think there's political meaning in that?
I mean, no, they're totally not just throwing money and incompetency at a problem. Like,
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't think the movie was saying something by showing that to be the cops' approach?
Absolutely not. Never. Sorry, no. Okay. Why do you think Hollywood is like suddenly woke?
Because it's profitable.
Oh no! I'm just being too sarcastic. It's like people have always put in shit like this, but dumbasses never see it.
You're right. They did literally beat Hans by getting rid of the Rolex. You're right. Fuck, I never thought about that. I mean, I saw that as like throwing away her connection to Ellis, but yeah, Johnson and Agent Johnson and Special Agent Johnson, no relation. I think that's what the fucking Boondocks thing is a reference to, by the way, the no relation thing.
Well,
they're fucking
evil. Are you talking about Uncle Ruckus, no relation?
I think that might be a Die Hard reference.
No. Uncle Ruckus is because that's what you would call slaves.
Well, no, I know, but
like Uncle Tom, Uncle Ruckus, no relation.
Anyway, so you know more about Boondocks than I do, so
Wait,
yeah, so Johnson and Johnson, no relation. Well, yeah. Anyway, they're actively malicious. Like when they're on the chopper and they're planning their course of attack, one of them goes, "I say we do this move, lose say 25% of the hostages," and the other one kind of, "I can live with that." Like they're actively fucking evil.
It's just acceptable carnage.
You can't be a conservative and make art. True.
I don't know, man.
You can't apparently be a libertarian and make decent art. There's a few exceptions to both of those, but by and large, you're correct.
like I'm South Park. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle stand up. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Or although you can apparently be a libertarian and make decent art. Okay, that's what you meant.
True. True.
Yeah, because Clint Eastwood is like a conservative leaning libertarian, but most of his movies aren't really necessarily conservative. Like they have themes that can be interpreted that way, but then they can also be interpreted other ways. Like he's very good about that.
And then you have the hyper conservative version of Clint Eastwood, and John Wayne's just actual human garbage. And
yeah, well, I mean, he literally is now because he's been dead for 40-something years, but
fertilizer.
Yeah, sorry. Don't be a dickhead, and I'm not going to make fun of you after you die. You weren't a good enough actor for me to put up with that shit. I could put up with it from fucking Clint Eastwood because he's great.
Literally, I'll do a little bit of work for Gran Torino.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, or Juror Number 2, which, by the way, Juror Number 2 is a fucking masterpiece. I can't believe that at 94 he made not only a good movie, but a movie that's one of his best.
Some people just got blessed, and some people are Bruce Willis.
Now, granted, he was a fucking piece of shit to a lot of the women in his life.
Sure.
And he fathered like a million fucking kids out of wedlock, but yeah. I mean, or at least hard to get along with, let's say. He still refuses to confirm we suspect. Yeah, Kent Russell, you meant to say Kurt Russell, is somewhat of a libertarian. I know he likes playing with guns, but like he's not fucking homophobic or anything, so.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of him, but a lot of people like Chris Broden.
Who's he?
Chris Pratt.
Oh, I thought you said Chris Broden, and I was like, who?
Oh no, Chris Broden.
Oh yeah, Crunchy Rodent. Yeah, Chris Pratt. I like him in Guardians. That's about it. And I liked him in the Lego Movie.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
Fine. I mean, whatever. Yeah, he doesn't like fuck a movie up with his presence, but.
I mean, I like him in Parks and Rec.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like Jared Leto, like fucks a movie up with it. Now that doesn't mean the movie can't still be good. Like Blade Runner 2049 is still great, but when Jared Leto shows up in a movie, I'm like, oh god, okay, what's going on here?
Nope. Lord of War.
I haven't seen that one.
It's got Nick
He was
Cage.
in Fight Club too. I mean, like I said, he's been in some movies that are good. It's just that when I see him, I go, what is he doing here?
Oh, true. No, I get that.
Whereas Chris Pratt showing up, I'm just like, oh, and Chris Pratt. Okay, cool. All right, whatever. Let's go on. Like, I liked him in Guardians and the Lego Movie. That's about it. And, like, the first Jurassic World was okay. I didn't love it, but it was all right.
You know, I'm gonna throw this out there. If conservatives make good art, why country music?
You know, it is really telling that country music was the first fucking genre to have an AI song go on its charts.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
To be fair, when we say country music, we're actually referring to what I call pop for racists.
Yeah. I mean, like, but they're going to use that label. So I'm not letting them back into pop music now. They're stuck over in their country land.
Yeah, that's why they're in pop for racists. It's its own category. Because, like, country music will also include, like, Jesse Wells and shit, and I fucking, like, I am the Jesse Wells' the strongest goddamn soldier, so.
At a certain point, ain't that just folk music?
Well, yeah, that's kind of the thing. The lines are very blurry, sometimes on purpose.
It feels like anyone worth their salt with a political message calls themselves a folk artist because country music is a dog whistle.
Yeah, he literally, one of his songs opens with the line, I really don't care if I ain't Western as fuck because I don't wear a hat and I don't drive a truck.
I mean, John Denver.
Yeah.
John Denver was in a group.
The Mitchell Trio. I did listen to the I Was Not a Nazi Polka. I did listen to it. It is great.
It's great. Each and every German dances to the strain of the I Was Not a Nazi Polka.
Oh, the I Was Not a Nazi Polka.
It's great.
Anyway, with this discussion of Nazis, let's close out our Christmas stream because this is the longest one we've done yet, and I want to I want to get my plurb on.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a new episode of Pluribus. So, have a good night, folks.
Yeah, we'll be back on Friday at 8, presumably with some new t-shirts our moms got us or whatever, or maybe a new hat. And we will be there to talk about Star Trek and the Pluribus finale and whatever.
And we're gonna discuss Logan Paul getting his jaw fucking broken.
People know that country folk don't typically work on farms, right? Modern country music would just be today I clocked in at the local Walmart. That's one of the things I love about Jesse Wells. When he has to sing about a fucking mundane job, it's about working industrial slicers or working a Jiffy Lube or in the back of a Chinese restaurant.
At an Amazon warehouse. Like, listen, we can hate Trey
He's done
Parker.
songs about those, but
we can
those
hate
aren't based on his life.
For like him doing his bullshit. Him comparing 16 tons to working in an Amazon warehouse is fucking genius. I love that.
So true.
Chef's kiss.
Anyway, good night, everybody. Merry Christmas. Remember, Die Hard is the best Christmas movie ever. And the biggest tip of all. On what to do with your Christmas trash. You throw your Christmas trash in the neighbor's trash can so that they get robbed instead of you. Good night, everyone.